Okay, so who would like to do our recap over last session and the bullshit we got up to?
Gallows. Not gonna.
Yeah, Gallows, can you please recap the entire session? I know you weren't
Yes.
here, but
As a
You
matter
can
of fact,
do
I can.
Do
Yeah,
it.
see?
You watched the episode.
I
You
wasn't
did the,
here, and for some reason, Kalis is gonna die.
True.
that's
There you
really,
go.
you know what? We're good to go. Okay, inspiration to Gallows.
Jesus, where to start? We
Put it up
made
on
our
the
way
road, right?
south,
Yeah.
to get to the well. And was there a distraction? I can't remember. Was there something on the road?
There's a dog.
Well, first Zoran noticed the stars watching
yeah.
us.
Soren
yeah.
intimidated
And he
the stars.
intimidated
Yeah.
the entire solar system in one.
Yeah.
That is true.
That D&D thing where I intimidate the stars and you roll it at 20 and I'm like, fuck, I guess you intimidate the stars. Like,
Stars are shaking.
So there's only 4 of them now. One ran.
Oh yeah. Yep. That happened.
Then the dog. We
Then the
found a
dog.
dog. Yeah.
Fun dog. What was
It
his
was a
name?
dog.
Barkus?
Barcone.
No, by absolutely
Barcone.
Barcone.
Yeah.
Emphasis on the cone.
Yeah. People are picking up on the naming convention now.
Yeah. After seeing dog, hey look, it's a turtle. I wonder if it has the word cone in its name.
A blindfold turtle. named
Had
Marcone.
mushrooms on it. Narco.
Talk about sight for a little bit. Apparently, we're all
Yeah.
blind.
Eyes, and we can't see things, and us mentioned that, hey look, there's a cool, like, we're looking for a well, and he's like, what do you want with the well? We're like, we've been told to go here, and eventually we learned that it's the well of Udir.
Udir, yeah.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, that's what this place is. Okay. We were told to come here by Ek, and he's like, who? I know that name. So
Just saying he didn't
Yeah.
have acquaintances.
yeah.
Talked a little bit about that.
And then after a little bit of talking, he's like, let's not talk here.
Yep.
Because we're being
So-
watched.
He takes us to the well where it's safer because his magics are in place. Or at least the well's magics are in place. Not really sure. We're not being watched as closely here or heard.
You're also pretty certain that the magical bullshit of the well would probably disturb most scrying spells.
That is fair. The magical bullshit of the well was very much like, I want to peel off my skin. It was itchy.
There's bees in my teeth now.
Yeah.
Definitely
So-
not making the well sound all that tempting. Just saying.
Not too
It's
bad.
not. Well,
It's not great, but we had to go in it.
it is what it is. So then we talk about what we thought the well does, and he's like, nope, the well takes you where you need to go. Also, starts talking to us about stuff, realizes that Kalis is a...
Well, Kalis asked, do you know anything about... We were about to go in, and
Oh,
then I
yeah.
asked anything. I'm like, hey, do you know anything about curses? Because, I mean, we're about to go in, and I assumed it was a teleport, because we didn't know exactly what it was going to do beforehand. So I'm like, oh, well, we're not going to have time to go all the way back down to talk to this one astrologer dude. Let me see if he knows curses. Apparently, he's good at curses. He's a witch and everything. He does a little bit of inspection at me, then looks at my arm. Wait a minute. Then he cast his weird, gigantic fire breath thingy.
Yeah, dragon breath weapon. Is I mean, what it ended up feeling like.
Yeah. First, technically, I was roped and dragged away. Zara tried to mind control him. Kathak, is a meat shield and meat shielded. And then he didn't care and said, hey, look at this cool fire breath. And then fire breath and poured.
Oh,
and he
Jesus.
got almost completely and utterly melted. I felt
We got
fine.
cooked.
Artemi saw all 9 of his lives flash before his eyes.
Whee! Yep.
Eventually, we convinced him of, hey, I'm a good boy. don't fucking kill me, please. um, and he decided to not kill me, but he made me swear an oath that, if I were to go into this well, and I am still a defiler after doing whatever the well is, either I or my closest ally has to immediately kill me.
Artemi just thought he should just throw your corpse into the well and pick you up on the other side, anyways.
Yep, we had a discussion of let's just kill Kalis, and I'm like, no, please.
We'll make your soul take the long route.
Yeah.
So, and then we had the flashbacks of people's well things, minus Kalis, because Kalis is last. Even though he rolled first, he gets last.
Yep.
You did get story railroaded a little bit. My bad.
By the way,
You
rolled
I
a
think it's
23. One of my highest rolls for initiative ever.
So Zoran got to
He abused by while an orphan.
No.
Or no,
abused
he was
as an
adopted at
orphan.
that point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
he
he
had
was
like a fight
realizing
with
some of his
someone.
origin. He was having a fight with his adopted
A
sister,
duel. Yeah.
who, yeah, he lost to or he beat. I can't remember.
He lost because he was
I-
distracted.
He lost to because he got distracted by the weird dude, and then he followed the
weird
weird dude. And then
It seemed
weird dude
implied
said,
that he mostly won previously.
yeah.
Yeah, mostly won
Um,
previously due to weapon choices, but this time it didn't work out. They switched up their weapons. I got distracted by weird dude. Weird dude beat him up and then just said sorry, and then basically kind of gave him some info about his childhood. That there's more than the number of houses than he thinks there are for dragons are.
Another one.
He's
Another
from a
one.
secret house.
The secret house, not from Zoran or House Kathak, sorry. And then he gets to come out and learn in that.
Then there's yours.
And then there was mine, where I wake up in a hovel, annoyed by the screaming of a child, and go in to see my mother asleep in a chair, trying to read a book to put this sick baby to sleep. I realize that the kid is ill, and that's why she? I think sister, right? Possibly.
I don't know
The
if
relationship was
ever
never determined,
assigned
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said
Um,
being and thing.
creature being
Yeah.
a
Creature.
Yeah, you used like really, really off language to describe. I think it was mostly how Artemi felt about it.
I was
Yeah.
100% vibe in that direction. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it was like, oh, with the adult self understanding now that this child is sick, this being is ill, and it can't help that it's upset and needs to cry as a way to do things. Well, child Artemi is resolving to go out and steal candy with his friends, but adult Artemi is resolving to do something differently. Then we move to Zara.
Zara, just had a real solid time with her dad. Was taught that she could still look through the hagstone and has a kind of true sighty kind of effect. Sees through illusions, if I'm not mistaken, or sees through walls. One of the two. And we had kind of just had a solid night by the campfire, reaffirming her love for her family, and very contrary to everyone else's flashbacks.
Ta-da. Yeah.
And that's about where we called it, waiting for Gallows and Kalis's entry into the well.
All right.
Deal.
Does anybody have anything else to add?
Goes through Brain Palace. We told Corrigan's intelligence to tell Galuna that we're going to be late for the snails. We're sorry.
Also, I got the
Yeah.
teleportation circle codes.
Yeah. I think that is literally everything and all important informations.
All right. Gallows, you're going to start off not necessarily in the well. We're going to have you walking up. So you start off walking the trail that your friends had churning down just a few hours before. Whatever reason you're behind, you felt safe enough to travel alone, and they felt safe enough to allow you to do so. But now you're here, overlooking a river that's lazily meandering its way through this almost idyllic countryside, though dim as it is, dimmer than it should be. And you're laying eyes on something you've never really seen before. Because in the distance across this river, standing waist high, is what at a glance would be a simple well. Bricks stacked on bricks, about 3.5 foot tall. But above that is where it gets weird. Because it seems as if this well is drawing the very ambient magic of the area into itself, and it's doing it in such a visceral display of might that you can't help, or maybe you can, it's up to you, but just stand in awe for just a second, because this is an arcane anomaly that is impossible to, well, really justify at a glance. And it is this well that's perhaps drawing your attention, and not the little dog that now runs up to your feet, gently barking little dog yaps as it nuzzles your legs, trying desperately to get your attention.
Oh, it's a puppy. Kind of a strange place to find a puppy, but it's a puppy.
Yes, it's a puppy, comes a very gruff voice from a large turtle you see sitting at a table made of stone with only 2 chairs. And about 8 cups, most of them chipped, laid out in a hasty array of still seeming chaos. Are you with the last group? The ones who came just a moment before?
Probably.
Come closer, I would look at you.
How's it going?
He just kind of gets up and walks over. He is this massive, he's hunched over, but if he stood tall, he'd probably be close to 8 foot tall. Massive mushroom cap on his head, blinded eyes, at least you think they're blinded, they're roomy and cloudy and not seeing, and he's leaning on a mushroom-laden staff. Well, there you are. Are you also a defiler? He asks bluntly, giving you an inspection.
Not that I know of.
And did you know that your companion was one?
Yes, and that's actually kind of my fault. I forgot to warn him about the dangers of a powerful item.
Too bad my first reaction was to slap you. First thought.
Completely fair.
He's the only one who took up for Kalis. He's my.
So you let your friend do all of that?
Yes. Although let is somewhat of a strong word, I've, again, in the heat of the moment, forgot to remind him, and his curiosity got the better of him. But yes, it's mostly my fault.
Well, you may have condemned your friend to die. He's gonna slowly start meandering to the well. I'm not gonna go in with you. I just watch this place to keep the beasts and defilers at bay. The dog is circling you. Just barking happily the entire time. Do you know why you're here?
To be honest, no, not really.
Your companions didn't know either. It seems like your mentor left a lot to be desired in the information department.
That sounds about right.
This is your trial, would be a word I would use. A fate everyone must go through to gain a connection to their god. Do you wish a connection to your god?
Very much so.
And who do you worship?
Hylos.
Really? Even with all the sun iconography that adorns you?
Well, this is what I grew up learning, but I have since been called away.
Kind of reaches over and acts like he's gonna touch your regalia, like your sun motif equipment and stuff, but he stops himself from actually making contact. Well, if you jump through that well, you might get what you need. It's gonna take you where you need to go. But I can't promise you're gonna like that place. And I can't promise you're gonna like who you meet along the way.
I understand, but I still have to try.
Good. Your ally, Kalis, has taken an oath to die once the trial's complete. Are you prepared for that?
Why does he have to die?
He leans over, looming. He needs to die. To upend a root that's taken hold.
Is that the only way to clear him of the shard, I'm assuming?
Go give me an insight check. You see in his face, his blind eyes, the motions of his features, that he is uncertain of specifics. He is confident that he believes your companion needs to die, but he is uncertain of the mechanics behind such a need. So you're sort of getting just to be safe vibes from the death.
Got it.
Yes, he needs to die. It upends the root, as I said. It will allow him to walk forward more clearly. If he's still a defiler, however, I would recommend that you don't bring him back.
Well, he's still a companion, so I'll do what I can for him.
You will. But he's a companion that can kill your god. Remember that. It's not that he can, it's he will. In time. He motions for the well. I hope you find what you're looking for in there.
As do I. And thank you for the warnings.
Until we meet again. If we meet again.
Well, only time will tell.
You approach the well, and as you step into that magical vortex, the mana, raw, wild, and storming, courses around you, ripping at your skin, tearing at your consciousness. It's as if your skin is on fire, itching, burning. You would almost do better to not have it than to suffer the indignation of its feeling. And with every pain step, I presume, you go towards the well.
Yep.
And when you stand before it, you will notice what the others had noticed, that every single brick on this waist-high well, all the way down to its deepest depths, is covered in a strange texture that upon closer inspection appears to be countless inscribed runes, just magical power stacked atop magical power, brick by brick, throughout the entire construction of this well. That's not a well. A well, if you insist. And there's only one thing for you to do, and that's summon up the courage to leap inside.
Well, I guess we'll only know once I reach the bottom. Hopefully the others are faring well. Just hop right in.
And with that, knowing that your own companions are already in there, you leap over the waist-high well and tumble down into the darkness below. So, knowing what you know now, and taking everything about your backstory into account, because the three things I gave you are more to put yourself in the mind, and also to give a fallback just in case it's needed, or just, to have us all have something to latch onto. But if any of that's changed, feel free to tell me now. Where do you feel like Gallows needs to be most?
With everything that's been going on, Gallo would much want to be either with Kylos or be able to speak to him.
Okay.
Because that's part of our mission, is to go recover the item so he can manifest, or so we can keep him safe from the whatchamacallit. I keep wanting to call him the Black Caravan or the Black Parade.
It's fine. The Black Caravan / Black Parade.
Someone quickly grab up a piano. Bing.
Don't you do it.
Somebody play a gentle melody. All right.
When I was a young boy.
Give me just a minute. I'm gonna go over your backstory and see if I can find a good thing that would work for this.
I'm so tempted to add the one note to my soundboard and play it.
Oh, please don't. I just had it. Where is your freaking... Oh, there we go. I'm gonna take you back to your past, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you at your monastery?
About 7 years.
And how old were you left? Where were you when you left?
12.
Okay, so you were there from like real young to like 12.
12 to 19. Yep.
Okay, 12 to 19, that makes more sense. Okay, so we'll put you at like a teenager, like 15, 16, something around there. Alright, you are 16. Do you have a specific place in mind for your monastery, by the way? Do you have a location in mind?
No, not really.
Okay, so I'm going to place your monastery north. It's going to be out of your tar. And I'm going to place it on the border of what's called the Lesterlands.
Okay.
Which is basically right outside the right outside Radiance. Essentially, there's like a gold forest called the Lesterlands, and outside of that zone, that's where your monastery will be. It's going to be on a tall hill, sit with all the windows pointed directly at Radiance because, well, you know why? It's a Radiance cult essentially.
Makes perfect sense.
Did you ever come up with a name for your cult?
No.
Okay. Would you like to come up with one now?
You can call it the Radiant Abbey
Okay. Simple. I like it.
or the Radiant Conclave, one of the two.
We'll call it Conclave just because fun. Alright, so you're 16. You're standing in the tallest observation platform of the the abbey you're in. This thing is about like 8 stories tall on a hill, and you're gazing out, staring directly at Radiance. You've just witnessed a heresy. Something that you can't quite comprehend, but you know it to be unequivocally against your monastery, your abbey, your conclave, as it were. Could you please give me a brief description of the heresy you witnessed? Because it was done by your rival, Darius Kell, and you witnessed him commit a heresy.
So basically, what Gallo witnessed is, like with many schoolyard shenanigans, Darius was kind of a standoffish, was sent to the conclave by his family as a means for influence. And as such, he was not really a true believer. And so he and his little group of cronies were basically spreading lies about the conclave, its purpose, that none of it really means anything, and was just basically, generally speaking, ill of the conclave and its purpose and the members there.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Alright, so you've witnessed this heresy. You've heard these tirades against the conclave, how it serves no purpose. It's a method specifically for social progress more than anything divine. And this might be mirrored in some of the day-to-day runnings of the Abbey. And even in your own mind, as perceptive as you are, knowledgeable in religion, even you've started to notice things like shortcuts here, like corners cut here, rituals that aren't performed properly, prayers that are missing words that shouldn't really be missing words, things that any any self-disciplined clergyman of Radiance would not, like, these are mistakes that shouldn't be made. But you notice it's pretty common here. And you might be starting to even wonder why you were sent here, because you find yourself in your day-to-day surrounded by a lot of these sort of wealthier, more to-do or more prodigious, we shall say, acolytes. You now have evidence. You have words spoken to you by a group of people trying to basically turn you to their side, to turn you against the Abbey. They say that this place is useless, that it serves no purpose but to promote, which is strange coming from the very people it's, serving to promote, but here we are. What is your first instinct with this information? Because now that you're standing here, there's a moment where you're starting to realize, like, wait a second. You recognize this moment. Like, this is a memory from your past. You know something's going on, and you know what you did the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're sitting here, you're staring at your rival, Darius Gell, who I'll describe in a minute, and his friends, as he's just told you, like, hey, this place, there's nothing to it. This place is just social upwards, and they're trying to sort of get you to help them overthrow it, as it were.
And unfortunately, one, knowing that it's a memory, and two, still believing in the first choice that Gallo made, Gallo is going to report to the headmaster and let him know what was said and who was involved.
Alright, so you just run straight to your headmaster. Alright, so you're at the tallest observation platform. There's only like a floor or two above this. This is where people go to have their mass, as it were, because up here, this close to Radiance, it's eternally in the golden hour, essentially. Everything is bright, golden, and beautiful. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Actually, no, give me a wisdom check. I don't ask for skill checks here. It's all going to be attributes only. Okay. You walk through busy hallways, passing priests, cleaning staff, servants, etc. And you find yourself on the top floor of this tower, of your great abbey, standing outside a group of offices that you know lead not necessarily to the headmaster, but to his assistant. We're going to call them what's a good name? We're going to call him Father Naren. So you're going to be outside your this priest. We're going to just keep the father honorifics and whatnot because they're easier. But you're going to stand outside this assistant's door, knocking heavily on it. Is this a place you've been a lot during your time here, or no?
No.
Okay. So you're knocking. You're knocking, excited to how are you feeling about this information, especially now that you seem to be reliving it?
So at this point, Gallo is still very heavy about it. Like, he doesn't, like, obviously he immediately rejects it, but he doesn't understand still why someone would say such things or how they could come to believe it. When even as junior members, they are still going out into the world and helping, and spreading some of the ideas, but primarily performing like charitable work. So how they could say that it means absolutely nothing just kind of bewilders them.
Alright, so after your incessant knocking, the door glides open quietly. Well-oiled hinges moving and not creating a sound. A thin, younger man. This is a position for, neonates, basically, people who are about to become full priests but aren't quite there yet. And this young man, we're going to say he's probably like in his mid-20s. Pince-nez glasses, pinched on his nose, balding, a little bit around the widow's peak, just stares down at you. What can I do for you, young man?
Father Naren, I need to see the headmaster.
The headmaster's very busy. He's trying to come up with your name, but he can't because you're never here. I'm sorry, what was your name again, Acolyte?
Gallo Sky.
Okay, Acolyte Sky. What is this pressing matter that you must absolutely see the headmaster for?
It's regarding several other members, and it is in regards to some heretical sayings they've been spreading around the conclave.
The assistant looks at you for a little bit, Father Nairn. Alright, come in. Have a seat. And he pulls you into his small office, which is essentially just the waiting area to get into the headmaster's office. There's a small desk where he does his business, completely surrounded by scroll cases, just packed full with various scrolls. Now, these aren't like clerical scrolls or arcane scrolls. These are just administrative scrolls, not the fun kind, sadly. But there's a lot of them, and he currently has a book open that he's leafing through and making notes upon on a separate scroll. Will you please wait here? Have a seat. He just motions to a couple seats, and then I'll talk to the headmaster and see if we can get you a meeting. And with that, he brushes past you after offering you the seat and exits this area and enters the headmaster's office, leaving you alone for several minutes here, should you desire to take advantage of that.
At this point, Gallo was a very goody-goody, so he would just be sitting there waiting patiently.
But you know enough to know that you can make a different decision now.
Yeah, you can change all.
Ooh, this is
decisions
true.
This
in the well.
is, you are adult modern Gallows, now piloting younger Gallus' body, as it were. You know
That
how
is
things
very
go,
true.
but that doesn't mean they have to go that way again.
Upon hearing that and realizing it, Gallo would probably be a bit curious and start perusing some of the either desk items or like booklets, seeing kind of what's in the office, just taking a general account of things.
Go and give me an intelligence check.
Ooh. Our favorite number.
Alright. Real quick, what do you think you're going to find in here?
Probably just general notes, notes about upcoming either lectures, discussions, plans for travel, if there's any upcoming charity work.
And the other question I have is, are you happy with the 12? Though it is the campaign mascot, so...
With this one, probably.
Alright, so you end up digging through various scrolls, opening a couple of books. And through your investigations, as it were, you find a few things. There are lists of charitable events. They do fundraising. They put on events. They do all kinds of stuff, but there is fundraising. They do accept generous donations from local lords. It does really look like through your investigations here in this handful of minutes that, they take money to have acolytes, but they do good works with that money as well. So it's a bit complicated. It's not as cut and dry. And that's just from what you could see after about 10 minutes, right? There's not a lot of time in this office, and you're already finding that they're not entirely false, but it's a bit more complicated than your adult way of thinking. Maybe not so much your childish way of thinking. And at the end
I'm sorry, I missed some of that. Can you repeat that? What did I find?
I'm sorry, did my mic cut out, or is it just...
I don't know if you cut out or if I just missed it in general.
Okay, well, you find it's complicated. Like, they do accept... They put on events to raise money, but they also take payments. There's, like, a lot of third sons, a lot of second, third daughters in here. Just a lot of kids in general who are cast-offs or unneeded. They do take money from, like, local wealthy families to sort of just be a dumping ground for their kids. But there's also kids here on scholarships who are trying to actively do good stuff here. Because this is a school as well as an abbey.
Gotcha.
So in those 10 minutes, it's like, yeah, the people who were shit-talking this place, they were right, but it's a little more complicated. It's not quite so black and white. It's definitely kind of in that gray area. Is that a little more?
Yes, got it.
Excellent. My apologies. So, when that door opens, where are you? Because you're perceptive enough you can hear the footsteps approaching, and you've got scrolls that you've just been scanning through very quickly.
As soon as I would have heard movement, I would have moved back towards my seat,
All right, so
not wanting to stand out too much.
the tall, thin figure of Father Naren comes back in, glances around for a little bit. I'll give him a chance to spot your bullshit. Glances around for a little bit before his eyes, behind those pince-nez glasses, settle on you. All right, the headmaster will see you, but between you and me, boy, it better be good. He doesn't seem to be in a great mood.
I understand, Father. Thank you.
All right. Father Naren steps aside, the door opens, and he gestures. Good luck.
Sounds like I'm gonna need it.
All right. Real quick, somebody.
Someone.
Zara, what's your favorite rodent?
Favorite rodent? Oh gosh.
Ooh,
Or
I know
just
the
favorite
answer to this.
small rodent-esque size?
Zara or me?
Me, either you, Zara, anybody.
Gosh. I don't know what they're called. They're those little ones with the, like, really long legs that hop around. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kangaroos?
The kangaroo mouse?
No,
Kangaroo mouse.
they look
Oh my
kind of
God.
like a kangaroo.
I'm gonna post it.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Yeah.
A shrew.
They're like
think so.
vaguely kangaroo shaped.
A gerba? A gerba?
Kangaroo mouse?
Oh, you already said that. You already said kangaroo mouse.
Oh.
I couldn't-
Oh, it's like...
yes,
okay.
yes. It is like a kangaroo and a mouse combined.
A gerba?
Okay. So you walk in to the headmaster's office to find a rodent person who is 99% leg and 1% body. It's mostly a lot of leg, pacing the room. And by pacing, mostly doing little hops as they hop from bookshelf to bookshelf. This small, gray, whiskered rodent person just hopping along. And this you recognize to be the name, your headmaster. What's your headmaster's name, Gallo? This little rodent person of a headmaster of yours. Most intimidating figure of your childhood.
Headmaster Crane.
Headmaster Crane, okay. Clearly he had aspirations of birddom.
Yeah.
Well, Headmaster Crane turns his large rodent eyes and twitching ears, gray wisped as they are, towards you. Ah, so there you are. I heard you were talking about... What's this you had to say about... He motions for you to sit. Before he hops over to his own desk, he has no chair. He does not sit. Ever. So what's this I hear about people saying nasty, nasty, nasty things about our glorious abbey?
Yes, Headmaster. Unfortunately, Acolyte Kel and his group have been saying a lot of, concerning things, saying that this place doesn't really matter. The work here we do is, for lack of a better term, bullshit. It doesn't mean anything, and it's just a ploy to either gain influence or donations from others. And it's starting to stir with some of the other acolytes.
Headmaster Crane ceases his hopping. Kind of playing with the tips of his whiskers a little bit as he looks at the large scroll case before him. Clearly deep in thought as your words wash over him. Just to give you a good thing, Headmaster Crane is very short. Like, I'm talking like 3.5 foot, but if they ever stand up tall, it's like 7 foot. But they're always sort of crouched down in that hopping stance they take. Very curious indeed. And you think this is troubling, the words they say? Do you think they have merit, or is the danger in the following that they're getting?
I think more so in the following. If they start to convince some of the other acolytes, then how long will it be before they either turn the back on the conclave altogether or continue spreading it? I don't know.
The headmaster nods. Ah, yes, the words. We should never be afraid of words, but words have a way of gathering trouble. Tell me, young Gallows Sky, how would you deal with such a problem? What do you mean? You have this sinking feeling like you're being tested.
Yeah. Well, at this point, with the nature of what it is and how it seems to be affecting the others, unfortunately, I would suggest excommunication.
Such a harsh punishment for a young child struggling to rebel against his parents. That is what this is, of course, I think. However, you have merits to your accusations and your words. Tell me, do you think we are useless? Do you think that we do nothing good?
Not at all, Headmaster. I've seen a lot of the work we've done. I've had the fortune of being able to join on many of our endeavors.
Yes, and you've seen the light in people's eyes, you've seen the happiness on their faces, you've seen bellies fed. Have you not seen all this?
I have.
So why do you think your companion hates us so, with all the good that we do?
Hard to say. I'm not that person.
You are 16, yes?
What was that?
You are 16, are you not?
Yes,
Do you miss home, Gallows?
sometimes.
People do weird things when they miss home. Some people try to get in trouble so that we send them there. Others run away. Others are so afraid of what they would find back there that they would rather obey us without question their entire lives than find out that uncomfortable truth. Are you afraid to go home, Gallows?
Not at all.
I don't think your companion, Darius Krell, out of character, is that his name? What is his name?
Yeah, Darius.
That is Darius, okay. I don't think Darius... Well, I think he just wants to go home. Like you said, excommunication should do the trick. You know, I have a wonderful idea. How about I'm going to write the writ of excommunication, and as they gather on the topmost viewing platform, I will have you as your first act. As a novitiate is to deliver my decree upon them. Can you do this? Ears twitching, curiously.
I think this falls a bit above my station.
Ah, but you were so quick to pass judgment on them. Should it not be right for the person to pass the judgment to hand out that judgment?
Well, if that's what you see fit.
Ah, no, it is not about me in this instance, young novitiate Sky. It is about your thoughts. It is about your drive, your dedication to our cause. If these words are, in your own words, enough to excommunicate this man, and you truly believe it, you should not falter to handle out that sentence. To falter is to show doubt. To show doubt is to leave room for mercy. So, do you have doubt?
Not in the course, only in the messenger.
Well, unfortunately for you, I am all out of mercy today, so I will not be giving you this one. It is a hard task to be the one to deliver such a punishment. But you will have a long career here, I think, Carlos. And I think it will be best if you be the one to deliver that.
Very well, Headmaster.
The little headmaster hops over to his desk and begins writing a decree that he seals a few moments later with a signet ring before he rolls it up and hands it to you. Your first act as a new initiate of this order is to read this decree to Darius Kell and his companions. Darius Kell is hereby to be excommunicated from the Radiant Abbey, never to set foot on our soil again, never to benefit from our deeds again. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Novitiate Sky.
Of course, Headmaster.
Excellent. I pray to hear news of your confrontation, we shall say, shortly. He motions for the door.
As you wish.
So there you are, leaving the headmaster's office with a decree to kick your rival out. How are you feeling in this moment?
And now he remembers why it weighed so heavily on him, because he was the one to deliver the sentence.
Hey, we're learning today. As you exit the headmaster's office, Father Naren looks at you, his eyes raised above his glasses. Did it go how you thought it would?
Mostly.
He smiles a small smile. That would be a rare time. He always throws curveballs to his visitors.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
He looks down to your scroll, the decree you have in your hand. And what task did he give you, if I may be so bold?
I am to...
Real quick, give me an intelligence check.
Not rolling hot on these.
Are you happy with that?
I am. If I was going to re-roll any of them, it would have been the very first one.
That is fair.
Yeah,
one
I
of
can live
those,
with
like,
a 10 for intelligence.
Yeah, because it's one of those weird things. I think this is going to be, this would be most decree. Yeah, this would be closer to like a history check, so that would be intelligence. I was trying to be like, could it be a wisdom? I don't really see how this could be a wisdom. It's more intelligence. All right, so Naren gives you a look.
Yeah, unless he's trying to gain something from me.
Yeah, it's just intelligence. It was for a very specific reason that I will not tip my hand towards.
That's fine.
So yeah, he just kind of waits patiently for your answer about your task. So what does it that you want to do?
Unfortunately, the headmaster has asked me to deliver a decree based on my observations and recommendations.
Ooh, that could be a hard thing to do. What is your decree, if I may ask?
To excommunicate Darius Krell.
Father Naren's eyes shoot up even higher. Something you did not think was possible. That is dark work for you. You're young. But if the headmaster believes you're to be the one... He looks doubtful. I guess not leave you to wait too long then. Good luck.
Thank you, Father.
He smiles and motions for you to exit the door. You step out that door and begin heading down the hallway towards the observation room, where you will perhaps excommunicate your greatest rival. But before that happens, we're going to jump ship to Kalis Ishkar.
Yay!
Hey, we get to kill him. He's gonna die.
That's right, guys. Everybody grab your favorite knife and
Yep.
line up. It's time to kill Kalis.
You get a Kalis. You get a Kalis.
No, it's all the same Kalis. It's just, y'all just...
Yeah, so I'll get pieces.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take a 2-minute break to grab another drink, and I will be right back for this lovely adventure, because I have a feeling I'm going to need to moisten my gullet.
We're gonna fucking stamp the shit out of Kalis. So who wants my left hand?
I'll take it.
Okay, great.
Oh, Zara called it first.
We can share. We can share.
I really thought Zara would go for the face.
True. I am very pretty.
I have a friend who wants the face.
Oh,
A
understandable.
likely story.
It's not for me, I swear. I swear.
Make sure to write down your favorite body part of Kalis. That's what...
Oh, jeez.
By the way, Gallows, you're the only one who stuck up for Kalis. Everyone else threw him under the bus.
Oh, really?
You threw everyone else under the bus. We told you exactly what happened.
That's funny.
You're the only one, man. You're
Well, I
the
mean,
only
to be
one
fair,
I
it
could
kind of was
trust.
my fault, so.
It's because of all the lightning I shocked you with, Yeah, it grew on you.
Alright, I return.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Alright, Kalis.
Hello.
Everything in play. As you find yourself pummeling down, or tumbling down the darkness into the Well of Udir, everything goes black. And in that moment, where does Kalis Ishkar need to be?
I mean, Kalis needs to find a way to get this Defiler Shard where it isn't a Defiler Shard. Either out of him, somehow cure it, just make him not a Defiler. That's what he needs. He needs to not be a Defiler.
That's a really great goal, but it's not really a place you need to be.
You said, what does he need? I mean, my
What
original
does
thing
he
of what
need
I
to be?
wanted is to find a cool, to give back the Defiler Shard to the original guy who had it. Well, not the Defiler, but the god.
Alright, so give it all of your backstory. Give it everything you've come across.
Oh, you're talking about backstory.
Yeah, what?
No, but I mean,
In your
thing is,
life and everything. Where do you need
there's
to be
two
right
things.
now?
Of he's in currently when he jumps in, it's survival mode, and he's like, okay, what's if fucking what he needs to do is remove this. That's his number one, because he doesn't want to die. He's scared of dying. It's his number one thing he doesn't want to do. We're literally to. It's this, but minus the Defiler Shard is he wants. He probably needs to be in at one time where he doesn't feel like he's so weak where he needs all these titles and things. There's a moment in time if you want me to tell you of what I'm thinking of, but
Oh, if you had you want something specific? 'Cause I was going to take you. I was going to take you to the first night after you ran away.
that can work. Yeah, I was thinking more of when he discovered his powers, but a night of running away is good too. I can work with that. One's a lot less. Fuck you, family. I do what I want.
Alright, let me check. Because we just basically finished your backstory pretty heavily, so I really don't want to go too much deeper. That specific.
That's why I mentioned the part he doesn't talk about.
Yeah.
Or the part we haven't touched on ever.
For just a moment.
Loading trauma in 3. 2,
No, it's more
1.
like I'm rereading his things, and they're very, 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 very long-winded.
Ah.
That is how I type.
Alright, so you want to do magic first manifesting? We can absolutely do that.
Yeah, because I have an idea of a choice difference he could have made.
Alright, so we're going to put you in your family's estate. How old were you when this first happened?
Oh, jeez. I'd say this would be young, probably around age of, I'd say 8, 9-ish.
Okay, so
Maybe.
it's really only you and your older brother who are going to be active.
It'd be
going to be active in your backstory at this point.
I believe no, I don't think there's an age gap. I think when he's 8 and 9, everyone's alive.
I think everyone's alive, but the others are like babies or very, very small children.
So Leora would be 5. Riven would be Leora would be 5. Riven would be 2.
Mhm.
Nope, 3, and then Tavern would be 3 years older than me. So, like 11. Yeah.
All right, so you're standing just outside your family's estate. It's been another long day of basically playing knights and bandits with Tavern. As always, he was the knight and you were the bandit, and as always, you are the one who was sore at the end of the day. And surprisingly, not your brother, because he gets the shield and you don't.
Oh yeah.
It's good being the little brother. It's not. It's never good being the little brother. And you're sitting out there, and what are you doing right now? What's going through your head? Is it's another day? You're like your skin's been itching your entire day. You're uncomfortable. Things are weird, and you're not having.
I'd imagine I'd be super frustrated because I imagine Tavern to be the type of brother that he's also always has to win. And he probably plays a little rough because I mean he would be 11, 12 at this point, so just getting to where he's growing while I'm still little boy. So, and I'm probably just fucking frustrated that he's been roughhousing and he keeps winning and
he's talking shit too, even though he has all the advantages.
He's constantly talking shit.
All right, so you're in this dark. You're in this sort of dark area, kind of going over your head what's been going on. Go ahead and what are you doing in this moment?
Let's see, we were just playing bandits and robbers. We're probably, in the part where he's probably, probably got me trapped down or something like a guard would. And I'm just probably struggling or trying to find a way to get out. And, every time I get any leadway, he wrestles me down again and keeps me trapped because he's a piece of crap. So, our play rope, because we're rich.
Oh, I was hitting shift, not control.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was just like,
I did
man,
the thing again. It's like, you really got me. God, what was I? I had to go back and re-narrate everything. Okay. So you're in this dark corner, like, and Tevron's over you. He just has your wrists pinned, his legs on yours, and he's pinning you down. Just like, I have you. You're arrested, bandit. And what? Come on, you do not even have the strength to get up. You can do better than this. Go and give me a strength check, as you are currently being pinned down by your brother.
Oh, yeah.
You are so... Oh, my God.
Actually?
So, there's this moment when you realize that Child Kalis fought back and got nowhere. Adult Kalis knows some shit. Adult Kalis has been stabbed. Adult Kalis has been fireballed, set on fire, turned to stone, all kinds of shit. Adult Kalis has been through it. And you're literally watching this child pin you down, and they're like, this is it. This is it. And with a little bit of technique, you can easily push him off if that's what you want to do. You can easily overcome him.
I think it'd be like a slight push off and then get up. And then I'm going to get ready to knock him down. Basically do the same thing he was trying to do with me.
Alright, so you just kind of slip out, you push him off, he just goes, oof, as he rolls over. Hey, that is not fair, you cannot cheat, how did you do that? You have to show me that now! He's like already indignant, he's raising his voice a little bit, he's marching towards you aggressively, like really upset that you managed to throw him off somehow.
I'm just do that thing where all brothers do, and they puff up all big, and when they're frustrated as hell, and go, no, I keep my secrets. I'm a bandit. Leave me alone, or I'll beat you. And then I'm gonna go and then try to I'm going to go for a push. But I'd like this to be where I use my first little lightning bit and shock him while I do it.
All right, go and give me a charisma check. As you're channeling old power through younger hands.
Yep.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You cool with this?
You're
cool with this.
At this moment, yeah. There's moments where I can use my thing.
You're gonna notice a couple of terrible things. 2 is when you reach down and you draw upon that power, you find it there. It's always been there. You just never knew how to draw on it until you reached a certain breaking point, which is in this moment. But you have the knowledge that older Kalis has. And older Kalis knows how to use his power. So that little lightning push starts to course through your veins, and you quickly realize that it's getting out of control, and you move to tamper it down, and then a horrifying realization overcomes you. And that is the power of the Defiler that's wormed its way into your soul is still there. And it will not allow a little lightning push. It will not allow such a small thing to course through its grand majesty. Your lightning push becomes a torrent of electricity that courses through Tevrin, picks him up off the ground, and flings him 50 foot into the wall with a crash. Go ahead. I don't know what roll. What do we roll to see if brother died, guys? What do we roll to see if we killed our brother?
A luck check.
We never introduced Tevrin. It's not even that much of a backtrack.
True.
A D100, and then higher than 69.
Yo, I agree.
Nice.
You know what?
Here,
The council
Tavern
has
makes a
spoken.
dex
Kalis,
check.
roll a
There you go.
D100. You have to get under a 69.
That's just benefit. Oh, fuck. Of course, it's the thing I want.
Right.
Well, he lives. Damn it.
Okay, he lives, right? Am I
Yeah.
gonna, okay, because I was totally thought over 69.
It was 69
thought-
up. He lives.
Okay,
'cause I
good,
was
good.
assuming
All right, because I was
it was
confused.
more
I
than
had it the other
likely
way.
he died.
I had it the other way in my head, and I was like, "What are we talking about, guys? Did I just kill my brother?"
It was more than likely he was supposed to die there.
All right, so well, historically, yeah, I was about to say he should have, but you pick it, slam it to the side, and you're just channeling this power, and you're desperately trying to control it, and it takes effort. You have to wrench it back like a beast rampaging out of control, and with the after that moment of will, you pull it back to find a very, very still Grand Hall. There were servants, there were small noises. After the thunderclap that has torn through here, there is nothing but echoing, dreadful silence. And for a terrifying moment, you stand in that silence. But then it's broken by a raspy, dying breath from your older brother. Who now definitely has a justifiable reason to not like you. We're just saying that one out loud right now.
Oh, yeah.
Why didn't Tevin want to meet me later? You know why. This is why. It all works. It's great.
Yeah.
Alright, so now that you're standing over your dying brother, like,
I want to go to him and make sure he's okay. I just wanted to shock him.
alright, you
try
run
to make
to
a live.
him. You run to him. Like, this motherfucker is like extra crispy, right? You ordered the extra crispy with this guy. Like, he's got soot all over him. His hair is standing on end, and it smells of burning hair and flesh. He's got a rigid burn over his torso, pretty much from his right hip to like his left pec, just ripped across. You see, he even gets the cool scar. Fuck that guy. And like all of this happens as you're leaning over him, desperately trying to give him medical attention, I presume, or do we have any other way we could try to save him?
I'm not very medically inclined.
If I can leave this up to
so-
you rolling to save your brother, like we already decided he's not going to die, but this is going to really determine if
I would like to scream for literally anyone.
Oh, so that's the medical attention we're giving. You know what?
Yes.
The medical attention is I'm not qualified for this. That's my medical help.
Both adult Kalis doesn't know how to do anything with wounds. Kid Kalis,
So-
no idea what to do with the wounds.
Kalis is
Cause
used to unleashing rugged, manly screams of manliness. Kalis is 8-year-old and hasn't hit puberty yet. Kalis just screams this ear-piercing scream that just echoes through the house. People are coming and running. There's a thunderclap followed by a child screaming. Everybody's like, what's happening? And we will say Celira just kind of is like one of the first non-servants. Like one of the servants comes up and like separates you a little bit. Celira comes up and like sees you crying, doesn't see Tevrin at first, but comes up. Oh, Kalis, what are you doing? Come in. Turns to, oh my! By all the light in the sky, what happened? What happened to Tevrin? And she like,
I just wanted him. I just pushed him.
does this also happen to be the night you run away? Because I'm just saying it could be.
It could be. This is so the idea in before lightning death is just this is where he just kind of gave like his first little lightning grasp, little lightning shock, and he got scolded for it.
And that
So don't
defiler
fucking
fucked
do
it
that.
all up for you, buddy.
uh, anyways, I just wanted to push him, and I shot this, not at her, but at the ground.
Excuse me for a second, I had to cough.
What? I'm shooting the a little lightning cantrip on the ground away from everyone to show. After I pushed it this.
Alright. So, now that that's gone, Celira runs over to Tevin, is crying over Tevin. Everybody's just going on, everybody's panicking. You're almost forgotten at this point, actually.
Oh, great.
As you're kind of faded into the background, just, shocking the shit out of poor Tevin, nearly killing him. And yeah, you're able to slip away. Everybody's kind of forgotten. Malric comes out and is talking to Tevin. They're calling in from a a healer from the village, and all this while, in this dark corner, is little Kylos, big Kylos' brain and little Kylos' body, staring at his hands, realizing that he almost just killed his brother in the past.
You said Kylos.
I don't know why I said Kylos instead of Kalis. Probably because they both start with the K.
Yeah.
Sorry, I tried to make you a god. Sorry, little Kalis staring at his hands.
Damn, this might be a new night. He runs away, dog. Fuck.
And it's right there in that silence as Kalis is trying to figure out what to do, that what looks to be like a guard, not one of your family's guard, but just a guard dressed in very simple clothing, kind of a rugged look, blue eyes, kind of just messy hair, just kind of sits down and next to you and kind of, so you're the one who caused all the problems with the lightning?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me. I'm not your brother. Candy. Kids like candy, right?
Sure.
This old guard reaches into a pouch and starts pulling out just bits of childish candy. I don't really know what I have here, so just go rummage through it all and find something you like. Don't eat too much though. Rots your fucking teeth. Sorry about the language. You're a child.
Hey, look, cool candy. I'm a kid.
You just have a handful of candy. It's all of the good kind. This guy just handed you a bag full of full size candy bars and said just take 3.
Hell yeah. I'll take some candy for the road. Kalis would like that.
I don't suppose you can tell me what happened here.
We were playing, and he held me down, and I got mad, and I pushed him, and
You did more than push him, though. You cast a spell, didn't you? Felt a little bit of magic course through that. By the way, you do not remember this person or this interaction ever happened.
That's why I'm like, who are you?
This gentleman just he reaches over and puts a hand kind of on your shoulder, and it's meant to be a comforting way, but whether or not you find it comforting is completely up to you. With this person, you're 8 years old, and this person is
8-year-old gives candy.
Yeah, you're 8 years old, and this person's trying to be comforting you through this time, but he's literally just giving you candy, putting an arm on your shoulder.
Man, I hope there's not a white carriage. No.
And you too were purchased by Bright Whisper. No, Alright. It's always hard the first time. It's always hard the first time you go through this, This instance, this first use of of energy power you can't quite understand. You know?
Sir, who are you?
Oh, I'm just a man, just a curious man. Tell me about the Defiler Shard.
Oh.
Amazing. Just straight up.
What do you want to know?
You brought something real dangerous in this place, lad. You know what you did. And now you're finding that it's making things complicated, even here, where things can't be complicated. Well,
I mean, are you wanting how I acquired it? What it does? I mean, what do you? I mean, how I? It's an accident. I didn't mean to grab this.
the blue-eyed man shakes his head. No, lad. I know how you acquired it, and there are no accidents when it comes to that lot. Let me tell you what.
I was ill-informed. How about that wording?
Aye, but ignorance is no shield from the law, they say. And right now I'm the law.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want? I mean, I don't. Ever since I've had it, it's useful. It's helped, but I.
The guard takes his
can't-
hand off your shoulder. You're going to get more choices in here. You're going to have more temptation to use that power than you'll ever have before. But you can't fucking use it. You understand?
I see. Yep.
Not here. You almost killed
I
your
saw
brother.
it.
What would have happened had he not survived?
No clue. Honest, I mean, I daydream a little bit. Fucking a lot of things would have been kind of better.
The man reaches onto his waist, and he pulls out a knife in the sheath. Like, he pulls out the sheath and the knife. This knife is very special to me, lad, alright? And I'm going to give it to you just to borrow, just to hold, for just a little bit, okay? Because you're going to need it very soon.
Okay. Oh.
And he puts it in your hand.
Cut it out of me, ain't I?
For what it's worth, lad, I wish you luck.
Thanks.
The guard ruffles your hair like one would a child and stands up.
I wonder what god I just talked to.
And when he stands up and walks away, everything fades to black as you are no longer part of this little moment. And we leave you wondering who or what you talk to as you're holding what looks to be a sheath holding a vaguely kitchen knife-shaped knife.
Dog, we're gonna cut my arm off to get this Defiler shard out of me, aren't we, man?
Alright, now that brings us to Timmy. That's right, we're going back for the closers now.
Oh, you remembered. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, Timmy, we left you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, you sure did.
That creature is crying because it's sick. It's just a baby. And adult Artemi knows enough to know that it has no real control over its actions, no real malice behind its sleepless nights, its pain that it's caused you, the theft of your privacy and everything you have. All of these things seem childish after you looked at that sickly child. Everything seemed to kind of fade away as you realize that, unlike your friends, maybe you don't need to kill your sibling.
I'd rather not. At least I know it's my sibling now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sorry, Kalis, you're not living that one down for a minute.
Hey, it's not my fault that he sucks.
This entire campaign is Kalis, it's not my fault.
True. He's the most innocent boy I know.
Yeah, sure.
Must not know a lot of boys.
Now,
You said that with full confidence right there.
As we sit in this moment, as you're staring down, thoughts running through your mind, you know
What you did.
a little bit of how this night plays off. There's fragments floating on the edges of your recollection. Child you knows all this, and because child you knows this, you know this, correct? Because we're dealing with you having very little memory of this actual event.
Yeah,
so
it's
you
weird.
know that you're going to go steal candy. But Artemi knows that this night is very suspicious to the night you remember being caught by Bright Whisper when you were stealing candy. And the well said that the well seems to think that this is where you need to be. And it is with that mantle of destiny, I must ask you that in this moment, when you know that your friends are out there waiting for you, what is going through Artemi's mind right now?
Well, Child Artemi, he has two minds going on right now. Child Artemi is like, oh my god, how do I make it stop? I just want it to stop. I need to escape. And then adult Artemi is like, medicine exists. If I can find some medicine, then we can make it better, and then it won't stop. Or will stop. And you start thinking about where to find that in this village. And he'll have no fucking clue. But he will scrounge around the hovel for some supplies. Like, I don't know, a bread knife, like a fork, some things to like
Check.
try to make some makeshift thieves' tools and the like. What was that?
Go and give me an intelligence check.
All right. Can I lucky it?
If you need to, you can choose after the fact.
Never. I'm fine.
I was gonna say I had a sneaking. It's not the DCs are really not high because it's only like attributes, right?
Yeah.
All right, like a bent fork, a couple of hairpins, some string. You're very loosely sort of rummaging through things until you find what could essentially be called a poor child's first breaking and entering kit. You have
The
something.
junior thieves tools.
You have, as a matter of fact, we'll say the crowbar you find in this moment is a real crowbar that you still have, somehow, even on your current person. Throughout all of the history, throughout all the bullshit, throughout the lack of memory, somehow, you remember that this crowbar in this moment you still fucking have, and it's a little bit of a weird realization.
Oh. This has been with me a long time.
You've had a piece of your life with you this whole time and never really knew it, as small as it was.
Huh.
You tear yourself away from all those happy moments of you ripping apart doors and chests and other things. You have thieves' tools. You can even go so far with that 23 as you find what looks to be an old, like, military issue dagger that probably belonged to one of your parents, and you even find that stashed away, so you have a quote unquote weapon, which you definitely remember not having ever. And it was pretty hidden too. You found it. It's like you found it like in a lockbox, like under some shit and a false bottom kind of stuff. Like it was not meant to be found.
Mm-hmm.
Baby's got a gun.
I got it. I got it all. Okay. Kind of look over. Am I missing anything? No, I think I've got everything I need. Medicine? I have no clue. Time to meet my friends! And I'll go outside. Kind of try to keep the door quiet. I know I don't need to keep it too quiet. Baby's endless cries is gonna cover my retreat.
Alright, you step outside into your little village, and you look around, and you see, well, shadows. Not lights. There's always lights. It's Radiance, right? But you see shadows. There's shadows dancing in the sky. Strange shadows. The shadows the shape of sheep and beasts and dragons. You recognize them immediately to know that somebody nearby is setting off Shadowworks, which is this world's version of fireworks, but it's always sunny, so you do what you do. And these massive illusionary works are going off. They're running up into the sky and they're exploding, and that is because you are stealing candy, and you're stealing candy because there's a festival going on. There's merchants from outside coming in for just like a few days to do this this festival. You don't really know what it is, not in your child's mind per se. You just know that up until this moment, you certainly probably weren't allowed to go because you didn't even know it was happening until you stepped out your door. So now you have thieves' tools. You know that there's a festival with Shadowworks. You know there's people about, and your tiny village is going to be a little packed. And there's candy and medicine to be had, no doubt.
I'll walk out to my group of friends that are hanging out somewhere. I just weirdly know, even though I don't remember their faces.
Sure. Roll a d4. How many friends do you have? You have one d4
Oh, God.
friends.
There we go.
You have one friend.
One friend.
Hell yeah.
This entire
Yep.
time I've been putting the S on there, and it's...
Whoops.
Friends, his friend and himself.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That's how it works.
Artemi, go and tell me a little bit about your one friend that's definitely going to survive this flashback.
They're a pretty nimble cat person that's always managed to get themselves in trouble, but always managed to been sly enough or pop out the big eyes, you know. Big eyes enough to always skitter away with everything. Artemi typically has not been as fortunate in this in the endeavors where he gets caught, which isn't that often. He's pretty skilled at what he does, but he has to realize it has to all be rely on skill and not so much natural features. And his name is Gregory?
Greg the cat.
Artemi thinks that's his name, but it might not be.
Gregory.
It is
That's not really
Gregory the
helpful.
cat.
Okay, no.
Yes.
All right, so you definitely know that Gregory the cat is definitely a bright orange cat. But when you step out the door and look across the street, you see Gregory's come prepared. Gregory has put coal dust in his fur, and is now no longer an orange cat, but now is disguised as a black cat person. With the coal dust, that gray all up in their fur. And they've even given themselves like the gray stripes. I don't remember what that pattern is called on a cat, but they're the gray cats with the black stripes. He's kind of given himself that pattern. And he has his own little makeshift set of thieves' tools, and his dagger is really just a butter knife that he sharpened on a rock over a long period of time. But, it gets the job done. It's a shiv, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And there you are, just a couple of assholes going to steal a bunch of candy. And he's just like, God, what fucking voice do I give Greg the cat?
Very slow. Come on.
Meow, Steve, meow.
Ah, see?
It's like, I can't do Antonio Banderas, so doing that cat is out of the question.
No Puss in Boots?
No Puss in
Aw.
Boots.
It's not still with copyright reasons. They'll come for us.
yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Antonio Catderas.
Hey, Timmy, there you are. He's a kid, okay? It's got to be high pitched. So he's trying to say, hey, Timmy, it's good to see you. Yeah.
Hey.
I've been waiting so long. What took you so long? I put suit in my hair. Does it look good? You know who I am? You recognize me, Artemi?
No, actually, I just knew you for you, I think.
It's the voice, right? You know my dulcet tones. Is that how you use that word? Somebody told it to me yesterday.
I don't know what dulcet means.
Well, that
Maybe.
makes two of us, Artemi. All right, so you got a plan?
I know we want candy. But can we look for? Oh, you hear that, right? The crying.
The ears. both just kind of swivel towards the hovel. Yeah, I can hear that. I live 3 houses down. I hear it all night. The whole neighborhood hears it.
Yeah, I want it to stop, and I think medicine might make it stop.
I want to make it stop, and the cat like raises a brow and like looks at the dagger you now have.
Not like that.
Wrong.
Ah, so you want to get medicine? Well, I can get candy. You can get medicine. What kind of medicine are you gonna get? Do you even know what's wrong with the kid?
No?
So you don't know
Or
what's
can
wrong
you-
with the kid. You just know that we need to get medicine, and we're gonna go to a festival full of people and guards to steal. You know what? This is good. Let's go. Yeah. We could need a distraction.
Lots of people means we can blend into the crowd. And all the shadow works should be a good distraction. Maybe
Timmy,
you're better at talking with folks than I am. Maybe you can talk to a pharmacist, medicine man, about, and I'll just like describe the symptoms and see what they recommend, and then I can be behind stealing it. Yeah?
Gregory ponders this, whiskers twitching, claws flexing reflexively. All right. So you're gonna find some. I'm gonna go talk to a pharmacist and talk about medicine. What's the symptoms? And then while I'm talking, you're gonna steal it.
Yeah.
So I'm the distraction. What happens if they arrest me?
Why would they arrest you? You know nothing about me.
Because wait, don't the distractions usually get arrested? That's how it always was in the stories. Kid has no idea.
You're just talking, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm distracting. They're gonna know.
They don't know that.
How will they not know that? I'm distracting. Go ahead and what do you roll to outmaneuver a child's ignorant logic? Through force of will, charisma, maybe.
Yeah, I'm like.
Yeah, it could be any of the
persuasion,
three.
Freaking, I don't know. Equito charisma.
Go ahead and just choose one of the 3 you want to roll. I know you're going to try to choose intelligence, and then you could just give me a quick role play of what that looks like.
I think, like, if we were adults, it'd be wisdom, but otherwise, kids talking to kids, it's totally charisma.
All right, go for it.
Nice. Am I lucky?
You can, yeah, go for it.
Still not very
Yeah.
good.
It's better than failing by 5.
Oh, God.
The DCs aren't high, but they all have failed by 5 caveats.
Yep.
All right, so Gregory thinks for a moment. I don't like this. I know I'm going to get arrested. If they're arrested, you better post bail.
What's bail?
I don't know. I heard my dad talking about it. Apparently, my uncle needs it all the time. Anyway, he just kind of takes off and starts making towards the festival. When you get to the festival, like it's late at night. There's not a lot of kids out, so the festival's like in adult mode right now. Like most of the child games have closed down and been put up. It's mostly vendors selling stuff. There's a lot of vendors selling stuff. Capitalism is well in this small village, and this is certainly a put on a show for the kids, sell stuff for the adults. Everything you can think of, bright clothes, masks, jewelry, most of it fake, but some of it real. And you do get to people who are selling oddities, inns, magical cures, regular cures, remedies, stuff like that. So you do find a stall that sells medicine. Now, there's a few people that do sell medicine on a grand scale, and it will be funny to me if it's a certain person, or a couple of people. So I'm going to have you roll a d20, just to see who, if anybody, interesting can show up.
Ooh, I did pretty good.
Okay, well, I have one person who famously follows the Black Caravan and festivals. So this would be an interesting time if I want to introduce that NPC. I just don't know if I should.
Do it.
Fragmented memories. I have no idea who this person is when I meet them again. Who you know?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so this festival, like everybody's selling everything. You see like the shadow works going off. There's dragons chasing sheep across the clouds. You're pretty sure there's a floating island up there somewhere that's being chased. That like a dragon is circling down, and there is a large group of snails present because they do follow the Black Caravan and they do partake in festivals usually. So you'll find like one of God, what is it called? I think it's just Mama Maddie's Miraculous Remedies is what it's called. I can't remember what her fucking... Anyway, I named her... she has a product line, okay? Anyway.
Her marmalade?
Not the marmalade. This is specifically like her cure-alls.
Ah.
The marmalade's very fucking rare.
Oh no.
So,
I'm stealing from Mama Maddie.
kind of. More like a subsidiary, like a legal subsidiary.
Yep.
But yeah, they do follow festivals. So you would see like a lot of the medicine vendors are run by just a group of looks like a handful of snails, and they're selling mostly what looks to be like magical remedies, potions, of all shapes and sizes, all colors and textures.
I'll just lean over to Greg and be like, maybe talk to one of the snail people?
Gregory looks at you. If I'm gonna be the distraction, why don't you tell me what to steal and you be the distraction? That way you could get arrested and I could post your bail.
Are you sure? I mean, if you get caught stealing, isn't that also jail?
Yeah, I was about to say, adult Artemi definitely knows that they could clearly take advantage of this situation.
Yeah.
I just don't know if that's something you want to act on. Because poor Gregory the cat seems to not be the most intelligent person. He's a kid after all.
I was saying you could get away with it if I get caught, then you don't know me. I take all the blame.
But they'll know I'm the distraction, won't they? Because I'm talking to them. Don't they just... I'm a kid. You're a kid. Like...
We don't know each other. Who are you, Black Cat?
Gregory looks at you. I'm orange. Oh, wait. Fucking forgot in that split second that he had disguised himself. This is what you're working with, Artemi.
Mm-hmm.
This is the level of local talent.
I'll wink at him as soon as he realizes it and be like, exactly. Internally, like, fuck, I need more friends.
Internally, I gotta get out more, man. I can't be the smartest. I can't be the smartest person in the room anymore. This is dumb.
See, you're a Black Cat. Oh, what's your name? Let's create a persona for you.
Okay. Persona. What's a good name? What's a good name for a cat?
Noir.
Noir. Ooh, I like it. Where am I from? Am I fancy? Well, he looks down at his not fancy. Okay, maybe not fancy. All right. I am Noir. I like it. His voice immediately changes. Noir. All right, I got this. Noir is on the case. And he turns, like, deepening his voice, trying to, and he cat struts, turns around, no plan, didn't really think of a plan, just like, I'm gonna go talk, and just goes up to the snails, they're like, hi there, how you doing? And the next thing you know, they're just chatting and talking, and I'm gonna roll a dice to see how well this goes. And actually, I'm not going to Artemi. Artemi, roll a d20 for me, please.
Okay. Can I use luck on this?
It's not a test. It's more like a let's see how. All right, you watch this person, Noir. You watch Gregory the Noir walk into this group of snails, and then after a few seconds, like, he clearly doesn't know what to talk about to get them. Like, he doesn't know how to talk like a customer. This kid's like clearly never really had money or gone shopping for much in his past.
Yeah.
So he's up there, like, he's literally walking up to these guys, like these snails, and being like, hi, my name is Dawad. Tell me about that fancy bottle. Oh, yes. And then, like, within 2 minutes, it's devolved into him talking about his rock collection. Like, starts off super strong, immediately defaults in the child talk. And you realize, adult Timmy, that you have seconds to make a choice and to steal some shit before Noir runs out of distraction.
Okay. Dash in there. Make a quick childlike medicine check.
All right, go and give me a fucking wisdom check.
Wisdom.
This you can lucky.
Okay. Oh, good.
You have inspiration.
That is true. I will roll again. I don't. It's just
If it's a triple
whatever.
9, I'm taking a photo of this.
Watch out! No, you're rolling 3 dice. It never works out. I told you.
Oh shit!
All right, so
See, the
we're
thing
gonna
is,
have to
we've
do it
got
at
2
random,
players here who
and I'm gonna have
have
someone.
bad-
You know what? All right, so you go in, you start looking at the bottles, and they're all in a language that child Artemi can't understand. Adult Artemi can, but you have to focus. And you don't have time, so you're kind of like doing that weird like buffer translations between the two minds. And you're doing this, and you're looking around, and you don't have time because he's already talking about the shiny black rocks. And you reach out and you grab. Who wants to roll the random roll for Artemi to see like what he grabs?
I do.
Gallows Sky. Roll a d20, please. High, good, low, bad.
And hey,
Hi, good.
good. Hi, good.
And you reach out and you grab this tall, thinly necked, spindly. It almost looks like a champagne flute in vial form, right? Except it doesn't have the stem. It's just delicate and ornate. And you reach up and you grab it, you stuff it in. You have no idea what it does, but it's already. But you're already out of time. You're already walking away right as like one of the snails is ruffling like Nora's. You got coal dust in your hair, or you need to be cleaned up, little child. Come here. Where are your parents? And it's clear, like, the jig is up as the snails are realizing, like, oh, this is just a kid, and not a small cat person.
Not Noir.
Not Noah. Oh, he's got to make a comeback at some point. Daring thief Noah.
Yes, he does. Oh no.
All right, so you have the
Noir
bottle of
soft
medicine.
pots.
The jig is up. Drakkar is like, Drakkar Noir. I'm literally calling him a perfume now. Don't know why my mind made that leap, but it did.
It sure did.
Anyway, Noah has given up the ghost. And he's dejectively like marching back. And he comes back. He's still in his Noir persona. Did you get the vial? He's like trying to Batman voice this shit, but it's not working. He's not.
Yeah,
skilled enough.
yeah. He's like lost the voice and has gone to Batman. Nice. I'll be like, I got something, and I'll just kind of like show him a little bit of the long-stemmed potion.
Greg,
That'll work.
no longer Noir, now back into his full Greg. Oh wow, do you know what it does? What's it do?
I don't know. I hope it works. You were great. Great talking to those snails.
That was great, wasn't I? I got a knack for this.
Yeah, totally.
I see a long,
gonna-
you know what? I see a long
go.
career in espionage in my future. This is gonna be great.
I'm very bad at convincing, so I rolled that with disadvantage.
It doesn't matter. He fully believes himself at this point.
There we go.
He's
Perfect.
bought into the delusion. There is no going back. You have created a monster.
Yes, the things I do best.
Creating monsters. Alright, so you leave the festival. You don't even know what the festival is for. That's not important. And you make your way back towards your hovel. You have the medicine in hand. But standing in your way, a rival gang of kids. Somebody roll a d4.
Okay.
What should be?
A rival
One.
gang of one kid. Your arch rival. You don't even remember him. Big Charles. I love the ones on the D4s, bro. They're really making it. They're really making this scene.
Artemi's world very small as a child.
It's like, you know what? There's just not a lot of kids in this village. There's not a lot of kids in this village.
Artemi knows 2 people.
Artemi this whole time is like, I gotta get more friends.
Like, I have my best friend and my worst enemy, and they're the only kids
They're
I
the only
know.
2 kids in town. Fucking you, Greg the cat, run across. We're gonna call him Big Charlie. What the fuck? Big Charlie is a goat person. Just a young goat person. Timmy! I followed you. I saw you steal that vial. I want it. You're gonna give it to me, Timmy. I'm gonna beat it from you.
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
Lowers his head, his little baby horns that are just barely poking out, not even like you see the tips out of the fluff. But this is this kid's a way to intimidate you. Like, I got weapons, I'm gonna gore you. I saw you steal that vial, Timmy. I want it. It looked pretty.
I need it. I don't
care if you
hear
need
the
it,
cry.
Timmy. I want it, and I hate you.
You hear the crying, right? It keeps you up at night.
I don't care about the cry. He charges. Can I get a dexterity check from you? Or dexterity saving throw? I'll let you saving throw. It's probably gonna be better.
Yeah.
So I'd say the DC of this was not high. So like he does a thing where he puts his head down and charges, so he can't really see where he's going because his eyes are just pointed at the ground, and he just literally just one step to the side, and he just runs right past you. And he goes for a second, but he like does that thing where it's like clomps to a stop, like very slowly because he's running way too fast. God damn it, Artemi! Get back here that minute! You give me that vial! This is your moment to escape.
I'm gonna dash away.
You dash away. Gregory's like, "Don't worry, I'll stop him. You get the medicine back to the monster. I want to sleep." And Gregory rushes forward, and you just hear cat fighting mixed with angry bahs as the goat, and as Greg the goat and Big Charles the goat. Sorry, Craig the cat and Big Charles the goat fight each other.
Goat. It's in a different sense.
Just different goat. Noir is going to be the true goat. That's going to be a PC or an NPC.
Amazing.
One of the two. Right up there with Silverstring's possible child. And yeah, so you find yourself, you run past that, you hear the sounds of pitched child battles, like slap fighting. Outside, you make it inside where you close the door, the creaky door, and you're once more back in the safety of your home. You can hear the fitful cries of the creature in the next room, next to the much harder to hear slumbering snores of your mother. You have the vial in hand.
I'm trying to think about, would my mother know about medicine? Is it worth waking her up?
That
That's all
is
Go into the
hard to
bedroom.
tell, because I don't even think your child version would have known what your parents do at this point.
At that point, it's like, am I someone who just does things by myself, or am I someone who trusts my parents?
I feel like you probably want to trust your parents. Oh yeah, I was about to say you can always roleplay. But man, that creature taking all of your stuff probably degenerated that trust, or at least in the child Artemi's mind.
Yeah.
All right, so
Child Artemi wouldn't even be doing this, but they're like,
but
maybe
adult
I'll give it
Artemi's
a
like, you
chance.
know what? It's not too bad. Alright, so what is your choice?
Above a 10 will be go and wake up mom. So I got a 15. So I'll like kind of grab her by the shoulder and shake her a little bit. Be like, Mom?
Well, I wasn't expecting a roleplay mom, so
Mom?
Mother stirs, her hair moving, and she just gonna. What is it, Artemi? Mother is tired. Oh, the
I
baby
know,
cries. Thank you for waking me up. I'll take care
I
of her.
something. I got something maybe that'll help. I don't know if it'll help, but I got something maybe that'll help this crying so we can all sleep. And I'll just slowly pull out the vial. Do you think it'll help?
What is this? Artemi, come here. And she grabs the vial and she like looks at it. She's staring at it for a moment. She's squinting, and then she reaches over and like gets a pair of spectacles, puts those on, and then her squinting stops. And the DM is going to look at potions for a second to see if there's an in-game one I could use, or if I have to homebrew some shit.
Potion of growth, and you have a giant angry creature.
Giant baby.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically a potion of greater restoration. I just can't remember if there actually is one, but we're just going to say there is.
Dang. Okay.
Raider. Holy
I'm
moly.
feeding this child Coke. Okay.
The heist you pulled off too.
Freaking super vitamins.
I said roll a luck roll to see like how good a potion he got. You rolled an 18. Our Gallows rolled an 18, so
Yeah.
you grabbed like one of the most expensive things there. Just went yoink.
Yoink.
All I can say is you're welcome.
Find it funny that greater restoration is the 100 gold pieces of crushed up diamonds, and it's just like, what do you think that's for?
It's for snorting. Anyway, your mother looks at this potion, this sparkly blue potion full of crushed up diamonds. Timmy, where did you get this? This is
The festival going on site. I won it.
What do you mean? What do you mean you want to go and give me a charisma check? Oh well. Now, granted, Mom really, really wants to believe you, so okay, that's fine. How did you win such a prize?
The contest.
She turns her sleepy peepers over to you, looking over her spectacles as she does so. The contest of what, Artemi? She's already uncorking it.
I'm like, uh-oh.
Speed.
Skill.
And what were you skilled at, my little prince?
You could call it fast hands. I mean, it was a child's game, and there was only Greg and I.
Greg, the one who's fighting with Charles. I can hear them fighting outside the street. Let me guess. Charles thought he should have won the potion, but
Charles didn't even play. He's big and dumb.
Okay.
He just thinks he can get it with brute strength.
At this point, you're going to learn something very important about your mother that we're going to learn together. After a quick thought, she's going to uncork the potion, and as she begins pouring it into the little creature's maw, which is both ravenous and never-ending. Timmy, I don't know if I believe you, darling, but she kind of motions you over so she can give you a hug while she's also. But sometimes it is better to ask forgiveness than permission. And she kisses you on top of the head. And that is how that little trip and our little Well of Udir go for you.
Hey.
Take a moment, because we're going to do a couple things at the end of this session, and one of them is have a
Yep.
conversation on how we feel like it's changed our characters moving forward. Now, granted, you have a very, very big choice to make, Artemi, that we're not going to roleplay. You're going to just make this choice out of, like, above table and on table.
Mhm.
Because Artemi knows that he's supposed to get caught tonight, and he didn't. So Artemi has to make the choice, does he not go down the Bright Whisper route and essentially erase his entire past? Almost have to rewrite the whole thing. Or do you allow yourself to be caught and still find yourself where you are? So that is a choice you get to make. Because not getting caught by Bright Whisper tonight will change a lot of things, I feel like.
Yeah.
So you brew on that for a moment, both the question and the consequences.
Hmm.
And that will take us to, well, Zorn's not here. So that will take us to Zara. Zara, were you happy with your first interaction, or did you think of another one you would like to revisit?
I mean, there are a couple spots in Zara's past that feel like she has regrets about, and like things that she may have done differently. I think the big one is her running away alone, and the other one is everything that happened with Selfie. Like maybe there's a big point in their past where the fight comes to a head, after they uh, like were working opposite sides of a job, uh,
Yeah.
and
So that's
as an adult, that there are things that she maybe would have done differently. I think those are the two big things that come to mind.
so that provokes an interesting question. Because there are two things that come to mind, but you're only going to be able to really choose one. So out of the two, as that lovely memory with Teltrack, your father, fades away, the little trick you don't remember him teaching you, but now, so fresh in your memory, you do, with the hag's eye, the hagstone. As that fades away, you find yourself at a crossroads, and I have to ask again, where does Zara, of those two places, where do you think she needs to be more? Does she need to be with Teltrack in the last moments, the last betrayal, as it were, because that job was a setup, or do you need to mend things with Selfie? It's a tough choice. Where do you feel like Zara needs to be more?
I think Zara's heart is definitely with Teltrag more than Selfie. Like that is a much stronger relationship in her life. But there's a lot more like I don't know, like self-hatred around that one, where it's almost like she is less willing to go back and re-experience it. So
Sometimes the places we need to be are the hardest places.
yeah, yeah. Then
So,
I think she ends up there.
all right. Okay, I'll do the thing where give me just 2 minutes to
Yeah.
refill my drink and ruminate a little bit, and I will be right back.
So much trauma, so little time.
Whoa.
I love it.
Going from a pretty normal day for Zara to genuinely the worst day of her life.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yeah.
All right, I return.
Welcome back.
Oh.
Thank you. All right. Are you here? And good to go, Zara.
Yes.
All right. So, what did Azara know of that battle, that job, before it all went to shit? Like, what was the premise you feel like you had going into this? What?
She knew as much as every other like standard member of the mercenary crew, which was just that like they were being hired to um escort a like some noble from a foreign town to make it safely to their destination. Um and things went very, very wrong on transit. Ambushed by a a group that was like out supplied, out armor, like better armor, better weapons, better trained, and very clearly not like normal bandits.
All right, so well, there you are, basically in the thick of it. This would not, I feel, been an event that took place over just like a single day. Usually, when it's like big pitch battles, they're multi-day affairs. Um, Mostly just kind of waiting to get into position so you can have something decisive go down. So it's the inevitability of it that really starts to grate to you, right? Because you see this ambush. You were ambushed. You fought off the first ambush and retreated, but you're in a situation where you're pretty much, you have your back into a corner. You're in a small valley. There's really no escape out that side. You don't have the equipment or the beasts necessary to scale the mountains. So there you are. You're stuck in essentially with your back to a wall. Only one way out. And they have you outnumbered, outsupplied, outgunned in every conceivable way. You've taken casualty after casualty, and your bandit, sorry, didn't mean to insult you like that. Your mercenary company, Lux Folly, has been whittled down to less than half strength. Everybody at this point has lost somebody they've known, and you're only 2 days into the engagement, and you know that they're amassing for a final push. It's at this moment when Teltrack is going to call you into his tents. It's at this moment where Zara knows you're going to be told in no uncertain terms what's going to happen, and that you are going to be sent off to survive where you know nobody else here did. In worst case, you also know that Teltrack ends up in a fucking axe, and that doesn't help things at all, ever. During these 2 days, I will also add that your escort, and you were escorting the Sword Prince of Grey Falls' fiance, if I recall correctly. I believe that's what I said. They have not left their carriage. You haven't really seen them. That carriage has just been a presence. Occasionally, a lady in waiting will come out and retreat. But as for the Sword Princess, or soon-to-be Sword Princess, she's hiding in there. So Teltrack's calling you to office. You haven't really seen your client. You've lost half your mercenary company. How great is Zara feeling right now as she's marching her ass to that
Very
inevitable confrontation for the second time in her life?
She felt bad the first time this happened. This time it is, I don't know. There's a quiet resolve there to like find a different outcome, but even being thrust back into this moment, she's reminded of how bleak it was and how she wanted a different outcome then.
You you find yourself at the gate. A guard, his name is Quillian, holds the flap open. He's inside. It's not doing well.
All right. Thank you. She pushes her way in.
And inside you see Teltrack. Will you once again very quickly describe how Teltrack looked the last time we saw him? And I'll tell you what's changed.
I think though both of us are showing like signs of the battle in fatigue and as well as just different like cuts and bruises and things that would become battle scars should you make it out the other end. I think Zara's missing her more severe wounds, but Teltrack, they feel at place like on him. And just a rather large orcish man. I think she remembers him being like anxious, more anxious than usual in this moment. And I think she attributed it to the knowledge of how poorly things were going to go.
Teltrack looks up at you. His face worn, his eyes anxious. He's missing half of his left hand at this point. His pinky and ring finger gone. As are the hand that would normally connect them to the rest of it is also missing, patched loosely. You're here. Your combat magics have run out. Every day now, spell slots are just being used to stem a flow rather than to create any progress towards making people whole. And every time you inflict a wound onto them, you yourself, Zara, have thought you've slain the same person 3 or 4 times. But every time, unless you see a head or a limb fly, you swear you see that same person just a few hours later in the line, good as new. Teltrack looks at you. You know the words he's going to say.
Can I just run up to him and like embrace him before he says anything?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He like opens his word. He opens his mouth to be like, "Za," and then you like run to him and like embrace him. Just like his words cut off, choked in his throat as he freezes for a second and then places his arms around you.
All right. So what did you need me here for?
He wipes out his eyes a little bit. There's no easy way to say this, Zara. But I've thought about what we have to do next.
Please elaborate. How do we get our dwindling company out of here alive?
Have you ever heard of a fool's gambit, Zara? A forlorn hope?
I believe it was you that taught me to not look into such things.
Well, there's a time and place for everything, Zara, and right now I'm running out of options. They outnumber us. Near 10 to 1 now, you know. We're losing people every day. There's 8 people in Lux Folly. 8 people who have not taken grievous wounds. And your wounds don't qualify as grievous. And you've... Well... There comes a time in everybody's life when they have to make a choice, Zara. And I just made mine.
What choice would that be?
I've already talked to the other officers. When they ring the bell for night camp, we're going to assault them, Zara. We're going to take every man, every woman we can, and we're going to push and try to cut through their ranks. Nobody wants to say it won't work. But it won't work, Zara. Tomorrow Lux Folly is going to die. And you're not going to be here when it happens.
Well, I need to be here. Where else would I be?
Well, we are making our last push. You and everyone else who hasn't suffered a grievous wound are going to make for the mountain passes. And you're going to flee. You're going to get out of here. And you're going to live. That's what you're going to do.
I can promise you I'm not leaving you here.
Sorry, you have to. I can't do what I have to do tomorrow, knowing that you'll be there. I can't lose a child, Zara. I can't lead a child to death.
I'm not a child anymore.
You're my child, Zara. Maybe not by blood, but you're my fucking daughter. And I can't... You can't ask me to do that, Zara.
You can't ask me to let my dad die.
It is the responsibility of a parent to outlive their child. I wish I could have a few more years with you, but... If I could give you your life with this act, then we decided we're going to give you guys a chance. The only chance we can. And we're going to pay everything we can for it. Just, you gotta let them know. Let them know what happened here. Tell someone of Lux Folly. Don't let us die in spirit, Zara. That's your responsibility. That's the fucking job I'm giving you now. I'm giving you the job of being our hope.
Well, I guess I accept. How much longer till the assault?
A few hours. They're eating their evening meal now. We're going to attack once they rotate their guard shifts.
Then perhaps one last drink together?
He lets go of you. Kind of steps back, looking down at you. Yeah, let's do that. One last drink. He walks over to a chest and opens it. It's the liquor chest. Well, no sense being miserly. And he just starts
Better
grabbing.
get out the good stuff.
He just starts grabbing like the best shit he has, basically. We're not leaving this for those assholes, that's for sure.
I'll take whatever we don't finish.
He walks over, like, still teary-eyed, placing bottle after bottle down. Just putting a few simple glasses in a pile next to them. Grabs one, pours, drinks.
I think Zara will raise a glass and to Lux Folly and their fearless leader. And my dad.
Teary-eyed, he raises his glass. To Lux Folly. And its new leader. My daughter. Glasses clink.
I think Zara is struggling to hold back tears as well. As last time this happened, she had that bit of like childish petulance in her where she refused to admit it, and didn't get the time to savor these moments. And I think she just kind of recounts old stories with him.
And that is a wonderful way to pass the next few hours before the inevitable. Reliving old tales, telling old stories, embellishing where it's appropriate, leaving out embarrassing tidbits here and there, though not always, because sometimes they just add to the story in wondrous ways. But for the next few hours, you drink and you recollect, and you find this island of paternal stability in a sea of butchery that is to come. At the right time, Taltrek sets aside his glass, moves the last bottle. Zara, tell me what the bottle is. Invent a fantasy alcohol on the spot, no pressure.
That is a big ask.
Welcome to my world.
Noir. It's noir, you know.
Yeah,
rum,
everything's
drinking to a
noir.
Rum.
God, I don't know enough about alcohol to.
Fuck it, it's a bottle of Chateau Noir, okay?
Okay.
Black
okay.
Castle wine, alright.
Fantastic. Yeah.
It's unopened, sealed, and you now have a bottle of Chateau Noir in your inventory as he hands it to you. I won this in a bet when I beat my rival in an arm wrestling competition. She was pissed for weeks. Save it for a special occasion, Zara.
I will.
And when you do drink it, think of happier thoughts than this.
I can't make promises there.
His kit is all on, his armor's donned. Make for the mountains.
I will. One last hug.
One last hug. And there's that moment when you separate. One of you has to be the first one to turn around and walk, and I think it would be maybe Taltrek in that situation, if you want it to be you, sure.
I think she lingers.
Yeah, Taltrek will linger for a moment, then finally he'll turn, and he'll have to turn and start walking, and he's walking into the throng of his men. He begins to bark orders, assembling lines, doing everything as if this is just another day of drills, just another battle, and that he's not going to his death and worse.
Better hear tales of how many you took with you. He shouts into the distance and does the same with the people she's escorting out.
And so it is. You and 7 of Lux Folly's companions set out into the mountain passes. What happened to the 7, you don't know. But you were drawn into thicker brambles, so to speak. And when you came out, you were as you are now. And not the girl you were then. And it's that bittersweet wine, as it were, that bittersweet memory just settles on your thoughts like a wine, coats the tongue. And we find ourselves fading away. Back to Gallo Sky. Gallo Sky.
Hello.
You've made your way down into the topmost viewing platform, where all of your morning rituals and tribulations take place. It's an absolutely beautiful place. The doors swings open, and the golden hues of radiance, so close you are at the edge of the Luster Lands. It's like being an eternal golden hour. It washes over you, it warms you to your very core. And you see seven acolytes. Now lesser than you, technically, as you are sort of on the spot, taken from an acolyte to a novitiate in the headmaster's office. And you certainly would know that now. Your rival, Darius, stands in the midst of those 7 people. This place serves no purpose. There's no god here. There's nothing to worship. It is a floating castle, a relic of a bygone time. Why must we worship a tower as if it were a living deity? Why not us find faith in other places? And it is that sort of rhetoric you walk in on, Gallows, edict in hand. Your rival now at your mercy as you have, well, garnered his dismissal, to put it very lightly.
Mm-hmm.
So what is Gallows doing, edict in hand, as Darius is preaching his nonsense, his heresy?
At this point, Gallo will clench the edict or decree tightly in his hand, take a deep breath to kind of steady himself, knowing what he's about to do, what it entails, and how heavy it weighs and will weigh on him. And he'll move up to the group, call out to Darius. Darius, you will now have an opportunity to go and search out those other deities.
Darius, shocked by your voice, turns. Gallows, what brings you here? Have you come to spout more? Wait, what do you mean? A chance to meet other deities. What are you talking about, Gallo?
Since you are clearly have not found yourself here, you wish to spread this babble. I have an edict here by decree of the headmaster, sentenced by myself, Novitiate Sky, that you are hereby excommunicated. Pack your things and leave.
Go ahead and give me a charisma check, just for vibes. Darius kind of gives you like a what the fuck look? What are you talking about, Gallows? And he marches over and he just kind of takes the scroll out of your 8-year-old hand. How old are you? Wait, you're 16. Sorry, that was
I'm 16.
That was another flashback. That was another flashback. Somebody else's flashback. Yeah, you're 16. So he's also about your same age. What lies have you been telling the headmaster? You, a novitiate, excommunicating me for what? What is my heresy?
For your continuous babble against the conclave, for your continuous preachings inciting insidious thoughts in the others.
Preachings. They fear my words, because it's true. Tell me then, novitiate, you know so much more than me. What god do we service here? What do we worship in this church? This abbey of radiance, where is our god?
The Herald of Light, the light itself.
He marches over to the edge, sort of like the edge of this viewing area. There's a railing. You're not like standing on a precipice or anything. There's a railing. But it's basically just a massive fuck all balcony on the edge of a tower that's like almost 10 stories tall, right? And it's large enough to where the whole area, definitely a safety hazard by modern constructional standards, but basically a big balcony that can hold hundreds of people, 9 stories up in the air. And he's walking up to the edge of it pretty nonchalantly. And he motions to the castle. And what do you see when you look out there, Gallows? Do you see a god or do you see a castle? It is a tower. Why should we worship it more than we should worship a brick should I cast light upon it?
And after all your time here, you still lack faith. Faith,
It's
insight,
not
and knowledge.
Gallows. I keep adding the S to your name. Apologies. Gallo, you should know better than this. Use your thought. Look out there. Look out there and tell me what you see. And he kind of motions, because you're at the south Lesterland. This is facing north towards Radiance. And if, like, go and give me, like, a wisdom check. Fitting. You're good at it. And can't help but notice, like, you look out and you can see Radiance this close to it. It is staring into the sun. And you know there's a couple of side effects. People who stare too long into Radiance, they don't lose their eyesight. They start to turn very slowly into gold over several years. It's a weird thing. We'll get to that. But you know enough of this because you're in service to the light, as it were. So you know you don't stare into it. But you can stare into it for short periods of time and be alright. And it is a glowing palace hovering. It's unsure how high in the sky. It's really hard to eyeball it this far away because you are, hundreds of miles. But this world is large enough, and you can see in the background, you could see the canopies of the two great trees in the north looming, because those trunks are miles tall, so they're just these massive, just domes of green and dead gnarled branches hundreds of miles away. And as you're looking out onto this world, you seem like your attention is drawn somewhere. Alright, give me just a second, because I need to make sure you didn't put this in your backstory. I would really hate to overwrite a part of your backstory on accident, so give me a second. Alright, I don't think you have. So if I go against anything in your backstory, feel free to just yell at me and we can change it. It's not a big deal. So, what does Gallows want to see if he looks out on that scene as he looks north? What does Gallows think he's going to see? What is Darius going to show him?
Those are two very different things. What he wants to see is, that flicker of light that he's been holding on to his entire time at the conclave, that, spark of hope, that spark of the divine, just to be able to point it out and go, see? How can you miss that? But what he actually sees is just the world as it is. But at the same time, he's kind of filled with a little bit of that awe. And he'll ask Darius, with all that is around us, how can you not see? How can you not see the gods and their will around us? What has clouded your sight and your mind so deeply that you fail to see the obvious around you? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it a simple unwillingness to believe?
Oh, that was pretty good. Don't give me a charisma check.
Hmm.
I'll give you advantage on it. Oh, Good thing I gave
Yeah.
you advantage on it. You rolled worse shit.
Yeah.
Darius looks defeated. I have read our holy text. I have gazed into the radiance so long my pupils have begun to turn. And you can see he's got gold laced in his pupils now. If he keeps it up, he's going to lose his eyesight in a year or two. But I don't see God. I see something that was made by a god. If a god were to make a shovel, would we worship the shovel? You ask me to worship a house because of the hands that constructed it. I wish you could see what I see.
Well, maybe in time I might see a sliver of it or an understanding. But as it stands, since you cannot find your faith here, may you find it elsewhere. And I do wish you luck in your travels.
No, you don't. You've never liked me, Gallo. He rolls up his excommunicata decree. I hope you find your faith, like I did. I hope you stand up here one day, gazing out into this wonder, only to realize how false it all is. I hope you can see the truth. And then he says something that you've never heard before. I don't like you, Gallows, but Kylos bless you. And he exits.
Okay, now Gallo is just doing all kinds of head spins like, wait, Kylos? How would Darius know about Kylos?
You don't remember ever hearing about Kylos before this. You don't remember him saying that, but you don't remember half of this interaction happening the way it did. So...
Gallo is now so confused.
Gallo is so confused. How does Gallo react to that confusion?
Gallo would probably follow Darius, where there's fewer around him, and ask him about Kylos. What do you know about Kylos? What is Kylos?
All
Where
the
did you hear that
charisma
name?
in the world isn't going to save you from you excommunicating a motherfucker, then asking him favors after. So he's like not gonna be like. There's no charisma check in the world that's gonna have him not be upset with you right now, right?
Oh, no, that's totally fair. It would have to be another crit.
Well, even then, I don't even think I'd call for a roll. I think it's
Fair
just like,
enough.
yeah, he's not even gonna. Oh shit!
You okay?
I got attacked by a cat. What the fuck? 1 second. I literally got attacked. Give me a second.
What do you want, cat? Noir is making his presence known.
Mm-hmm.
I was just unmuting myself to say Noir.
Sorry about that. My cats say hi.
Noir said that.
Hello, Noir. Yep.
There's nothing like being mid-narration and then feeling 10 claws enter your freaking calf.
Yeah, that would be uncomfortable.
Oh yeah. Okay, forgive me. I'm still breathing. That was an attack. It's like, all right, what the fuck were we talking? Oh yes. You run down to Darius, who's exiting, like he's packing his stuff, and he's just like, What now, Gallows? Have you done enough to me?
I'm sure I have, but what is Kylos?
What is
Where did that name come from?
Careful, Gallows. I'm a heretic. You wish me to speak heresy? Do you also wish to leave this place in disgrace? Though I won't be here to deliver it.
I was just curious where that name came from.
Just because this is Dungeons and Dragons, go and give me a charisma check. He looks at you. It's a whisper on the wind, Gallows. You do what I did. You go to that balcony every day and you meditate. And maybe one day you will have half the grace I have. And I'm going to leave, and I'm going to find my god, Gallo. And I hope one day you find something to believe in too.
Gallows kind of caught with his tongue behind his teeth a little bit, like, maybe you're right, but at the same time, like, I've already started this chain of events, so I need to see it through. So Gallo would probably just start to ponder a little bit, and be that as it may, for now my place is here. And again, I do wish you luck on your travels, and may you find what you're looking for. Whether you like me or not, I do wish you the best.
How will we find each other next? Despite everything that happened. I hope you're in a better place than I am too.
Agreed. And if it's a whisper on the wind, well, then maybe one day the wind will blow us back together.
With that, Darius, the excommunicant, leaves the Radiant Abbey, never to be seen by you. Again, up until you dive into the Will of Radiance, of course. It's with those memories that draw you back. It is this moment that did prompt you to start being perhaps a little more meditative while gazing out that top balcony. It's maybe this only time you ever really heard the name Kylos is what gave you the spark, maybe, it's up to you, you can change any of this, that maybe gave you the initial push to search for something. But whatever it was, whether it was this meeting with Darius or if this all would have happened anyway, and it did happen anyway because you did not have this interaction the first time, you find yourself just one day staring off that balcony, eyes staring into the radiance of that glowing palace, and you hear just a whisper on the wind. And maybe you're just a little melancholy that you quickly find yourself buried in the same heresy that you yourself excised just a short time ago. And as we fade away from those moments that made us the people we are, those moments that we've changed in some ways, we don't fade back in, so to speak. Not in the way we have been. Instead... Oh no, we're skipping over Kalis. We're going straight to Kalis time, yeah. We're skipping over a redo of Kalis. Kalis only got the one we'll overdue. We're going into the soul space now. So now, you awaken, all 5 of you, sort of drifting in a star-filled void. You have no recollection of a star-filled void with soft moss underneath your backs. A sound of wind dancing through vines like so many wondrous wind chimes. You're in a peaceful night field someplace. And you can hear each other rustling. You can hear each other breathing. Your familiarity with each other enough to where you can sort of figure out you're amongst friends. Who was the first to awaken in that star-filled garden?
Am I allowed to be first?
You are allowed to be first.
I'm allowed to be first, finally. Tag.
You're it. Kalis, you awaken in a star-filled garden. You've seen the sky without radiance only twice. 10 years ago, it flickered briefly and caused the world to panic. Bad omens filled everybody's portents. Protection charms skyrocketed. Capitalism be capitalizing on that shit. And then you saw the sun or the radiance blink out for a split second when Artemi drew an ancient cursed arrow through his bow. But this is the first time you've seen a sky with no radiance. This is the first time you've seen what a sky should be like at what we would consider night. It is not a pleasant thing. It is unnerving. Because you, the player, know how to handle, but you, the character, are unfamiliar with the situation. Give me a perception check.
Ah, hell yeah. Me, perception? I'm the most perceptive person I know.
You are. Look at that. You got 19. The night sky is not the only strange thing. You're laying in a mossy clearing surrounded by a dense barrier of trees. To call it a garden would be a misnomer. It is just a very well taken care of part of a natural forest. This small little clearing with its little flower beds that you now see poking up through gently swaying clover. The wind tickle, everything about this is just peaceful. You're kind of happy here. But then you feel something crawl underneath your skin. And as you look down and you look at yourself, you realize that you've fallen into my trap card. So everybody who's not Kalis, give
Hell
me
yeah.
a charisma check to determine initiative order. And then Kalis will automatically go first this time, whereas last time he automatically went last.
Yay!
It's going to be Zara, Gallo, Artemi. Well, somebody... I'll write that down. Alright, Kalis. As you look down and you look at yourself...
Oh god, is this the order where they get to stab me?
I need to ask you another fairly important question. This one is also pretty
Goody.
esoteric. So I will be more than happy to give you a couple minutes to think about it.
Alright.
But in this realm of existentialism, in this sacred garden you found yourself into, when everything about you is torn down and we get to your core, what does your soul look like?
Oh jeez. I've never seen a soul and or know how to answer this question.
Sometimes it's not good going first.
Yeah. Can I ask for an example and then I can be creative off of that?
Artemi, would you be so kind as to
Yeah.
describe what Silver String Soul looked like, if you remember?
Okay, so Silver String's soul was abused due to the nature of his family. So if I recall, it was like two parts. One was um, like normalish soul. The other part was like just kind of radiant and bright, but the other part was like decayed and necrotized and destroyed. Am I remembering correctly?
Pretty close. Pretty much, imagine like this is your form, however you imagine it. Um, it could bear any of the scars, psychological or physical, you have in interesting ways. But like one person was UNT, but like picture themselves as more draconic. By the end of it, I do believe Silver String Soul was like two children. One was a black void filled with stars. One was a shite radiant one, but they were kind of like two halves that were torn apart and like reattached together.
Yeah.
And then they kind of walked off in the sunset holding each other's hands.
Oh. Mine's probably more of. I'd imagine it'd be more. I have to put this lightning somehow. So it's going to be like it's going to be made of a storm cloud. And but like it shrinks often and because it's scared quite often. Um so it's just more of like a rain cloud that's trying to become a lightning cloud or a storm. And then I'm assuming with the stupid fucking defiler shard attached to it, it looks like part of it, I'm assuming, is just being consumed by it. So the part of that soul is just kind of swirling, kind of like you would a hurricane or a tornado into that part of the shard, and
So
it's not good.
this wonderful, like beautiful storm cloud that's just on the cusp of becoming a typhoon, this major event. Lightning arch of it. Like, those. Have you seen volcanic lightning when the lightning, like, wraps around the volcanic clouds? Like, I'm thinking that shit. You know what I mean? So it's just this lightning wreathed cloud, and then there's this parasitic something just siphoning that power off into some vague maw-shaped something you can't quite comprehend. And that is how you find yourself standing in this gentle clearing in this beautiful garden. A single sapling rests before you, jutting from the ground in simple glory. It is a young tree, but it is a tree full of potential. It is a tree that is already bearing flowers and small fruits. There is one thing that's appeared next to you in this space as you stand before this sapling, and that is the knife that you were given in your vision, the Well of Dudir. That storm cloud now revolving around that implement, that something, that sharpness. So that is how you see yourself. Who is next? Zara.
Yes.
As you awaken into this strange garden, the familiarity of what you're surrounded by, though it may not look anything like your companions, you know you're in the company of them. There's something familiar about that storm cloud in the thing that siphons it. But I must ask you this, given everything that you are, what does Zara's soul look like?
I think fitting of her outward appearance. It is a like very tightly wound ball of thorns, with just different flowers blooming on different parts of it. And I think those different flowers have like small traits and characteristics of the people that she cares about. So from what the soul we've seen so far, there's probably one kind of with a little crackle of electricity to it. There's definitely one that is like it looks kind of like it's taken a beating. It's lived for a long time. That like is the pieces of Teltrack that stay with her, and one that better fits the rest of the people in her life. One that glows brightly. Um, uh, a and another that is kind of wreathed in shadow. Um, yeah.
I do apologize. I did miss the first part of it. So, all these flowers are you? Do you what? But I
On like a like very tight ball of brambles.
okay. That's what
That
I missed.
almost
My
feel
apologies.
protecting those pieces.
So this creation, this figure, this soul of thorns and brambles, of barriers and guarded protrusions and spiky things protecting these few treasured flowers, these few important moments in your existence. This is Zara. This is you at your very core. You as you are. So we have the storm. We have the Bramble Queen. And that will bring us to Gallo. Gallo, what does your soul look like?
I feel like at this point, what used to be considered like a small ball of fire has slowly solidified, and the bottom has changed to like roots of a tree, um, and is slowly growing. So at the base, you have the roots and the trunk of a tree, and then at the tips, you still have a little bit of that fire burning.
Excellent. So that radiant, fiery mass of your soul, burning like a bonfire. And last but certainly not least, we have the storm, we have the brambles, we have the light. But what does our Timmy's soul look like?
Artemi would be lying there and be like, get up, look around. And he can't really find it to begin with, but then he sees something. Small, kind of diminutive, pushed out of the way. Like it was discarded or not hidden, but hiding in plain sight, you know? And it's a cage. And it's just a cage. There's nothing inside.
A dark, discarded, empty cage in plain sight. Hiding but not hiding. Y'all a bunch of fucked up people, man.
I found
Jaw.
art for mine. There you go. He's just a little guy, and he shrinks. Oh, my game closed. Oops.
So in this soul space, where you see yourselves and each other stripped down to your very core, not everything you were, not everything you will be, but you as you are in this moment. You stand in the presence of a very young divinity. That sapling in the center of this meadow, this tiny interpretation of Kylos, the Renewer, so small, but its power looms, so weak, but it wraps what little divinity it has left around your souls. And you are left with the knowledge that one must cut this thing away. But here in this space, cutting does not imply a knife. We are now entering the skill challenge phase of are we going to save our friend? Fail this, and Kalis dies. No pressure, guys.
I mean, kill
Easy
him,
death.
guys. We need to kill him.
Now you know why Artemia's soul is so small.
Fucking kill him.
Now, to cut in this place is not so simple as picking up that knife. That knife is a symbol. That knife is a representation of what you must do. I am going to, because this entire thing, by the way, is the theme of really getting to know your backstory and your moments, even if you didn't want to. I'm going to say, for the first question of the skill challenge, what moment in your life was painful enough to cut you, and how are we summing this moment up so that we can use it to cut away the defileness in Kalis? We must use your soul to cut a soul.
Oh.
So, we're going to go down initiative, and then we're going to end, once again, sorry, Kalis, you're going to have to go last again.
You know what?
He
I'm
was
used to it.
the opposite way, so he goes first but last.
True.
I just have a good idea, that's all.
Alright, so that is the initiative order. So we've gone back and we've changed things. We've dwelled on our memories, and I've even had you write 3 of them down. And we've really gotten to know and steep ourselves in the history of our characters. So Zara, I am going to ask you, which of your myriad of painful moments, what is one moment that you can sum up into a metaphysical knife to cut away the nastiness of your friend, with the knowledge that there is a chance you may have to give up this moment forever?
That is a big ask. I think, gosh, a moment that represents like cutting.
Something that
is-
pained you, yeah, so deeply.
Yeah, something that pained. I think the most recent memory has a bit too much like bittersweet to it. Currently, there's a lot of pain there, but there's a lot of happiness in getting to go back and be a part of it again and say proper goodbye. So I think the next one she would default to would be uh like the big like like argument with Selfie after everything went down that like probably ended in a physical altercation. Um which there's just a lot of regret and anger and pain twisted up in that memory.
You summon up all that pain, that anger, and it literally, as you said, it twists. It's like the air itself. Reality itself in front of you seems to convulse, and your brambles split, and from your very soul, this twisted, gnarled, thorn-riddled implement of cutting is made available. This promise of what is to come. Don't worry, the cutting part. We're just summoning the implements. This is
no.
Yeah. We gotta have 2 out of 3 rounds at least.
Gotta stab me to death.
Alright, so you summon up that moment with Selfie when it all came to a head. And you shape it as a knife to stab your friend with. I just realized we can really take some aggression out of Kalis. If you guys have any deep-seated...
Kill me!
yeah, just like... little twist, once you cut the
Why
head
are you
off.
always like this?
You ate the last piece of pizza!
So, little did you guys know, my knife power will actually just be this moment where you all stab me.
Alright. Gallo. With everything that you've been through as we've steeped ourselves in our backstories here, what of your memories do you feel is painful and cutting enough that you could use it to rip away at Kalis's infection?
See, unfortunately, Gallo doesn't have a lot of quote-unquote painful memories. But with the recent change in the Well of Udir, learning more about what was on Father Norin's desk, that there was actually a little bit of truth to what Darius was saying, and that there were some families helping out, or the Conclave was kind of helping out some families for pay, so to speak. He feels a little wronged by that.
All right. So you summon up that wrongness and that sort of. And what kind of blade does, or what kind of weapon does that look like to you? You think?
Again, still going into that semi-conflicted feeling. I feel like it would be like a wood-handled knife with a glowing blade.
All right. So you summon that wood-handled knife with a glowing blade, simple in its construction, though deadly in its implementation. Timmy.
Well, things are interesting for Artemi.
So many options.
Yeah. He has memories that aren't memories potentially anymore, but he does remember.
So think about how many knives you have.
This one's different. This one's different. I have a different idea. He remembers being caught. And yeah, I'm gonna turn into Noir. I'm Drakkar Noir. Thief extraordinaire.
Perfect.
Just kill me, guys. It's not worth it, guys. Actually, stop thinking. Just end it.
And he'll remember the pain and torment of being caught and shackled. But did that actually happen? And remember that when he was sold off, what it was like to feel no hope, to feel owned. And so the cage of the soul will open. Are we still in souls or no? Sorry.
Still in souls, yeah.
Yeah, the cage of the soul will open and attempt to capture the tempest in the teapot that is Kalis's.
Oh yeah.
All right. So with all of our weapons in hand, Kalis,
Greetings.
you are very aware of everybody forming blades. You are very aware that you are currently being sort of sheltered in the presence of a god you've only heard about until you've felt this small little divinity in this strange realm you're in. You know that when this is over, you are going to become a champion of Kylos. And in this god's presence, I must ask you, what memory of yours do you draw on to give yourself the courage and fortitude to allow people that I hope you trust carve into the most intimate thing you could possibly ever have? Something so intimate that just us thinking about it above table might cringe a little bit, because a soul like this thing is this is going, you're going to go crazy. We're cutting away your soul. There's no
Oh,
coming back for
goody.
this. If you fuck this up, Kalis is gone.
So I'm thinking of a courageous moment.
Anything you can to steel yourself for what is to come,
Oh.
which is them rolling more dice. And you too.
Ooh, there's two good ones. I mean, recently it's one of the. It's him finally. It's the talk with his, parents, and his dad actually said, I'll also do mix and just. I'll mix in the entirety of what we just went through. You got to see his sister married. His dad, basically said sorry. Friggin' helped Riven out. That whole chain of events.
All right. Now, I kind of totally forgot to fucking ask for the dice rolls. This is a skill challenge. So we are going to do that right here at the end. My bad, guys. We got caught in the narrative. All right. So you draw upon all of those memories of your sister getting married to a sus guy, of reuniting to your mom, of the curse coming to a head, of starting to build a bridge with your father, even a person you never in a million years thought that would extend a hand in friendship, let alone anything fatherly, right? And it's from those moments that you build a shield to save you for what is to come. So, let's go ahead and start with Zara's. All right, Zara, you built the bramble blade.
Yes.
What skill is going to represent best that memory you feel like for you to roll?
Gosh.
We're getting real esoteric, so you can really just roll anything.
Well, I think there was a lot of, like, it was a fight. There was a lot of anger and yelling, and so I'm gonna go with intimidation.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation.
I guess I'll I'll use a lucky there.
Okay, are you happy with a 12? No.
No.
I rolled a 2, so.
If only we all had our oh, we rolled a 4.
Oh, 4. Well, we've got more rolls coming, so.
Remember, it's only a round fail if half or more fails.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Where
Sometimes it's gotta be you.
eat the loss and hope
Yeah.
I do better next time.
The campaign number 12.
Yeah, 12 has a special place in our hearts and our dice. All right, going down the line. Gallo, with your butcher knife of light, your glowing wooden handled knife. What skill do you think best sums up the memory you used to craft it?
Probably religion, honestly.
All right, go ahead.
There's
with
a conflict of religion.
your knowledge of faith and your conflict over the runnings thereof. Oh, look at you.
Stab!
You see, Zara, that's how we do it. That's what you're supposed to do.
All right. My plus 10 wasn't enough.
All right, so yeah, all of that gathers into the edge of that knife, and all of these knives are starting to float closer and closer to the seething, parasitic swarm that is Kalis and Artemi. Out of all of your darkness and your twisted memories, what skill do you think best sums up your blade?
My cage.
Your cage.
Yeah. I feel like for the cage to trap him, it would be sleight of hand, but I'm not sure. That seems like, yeah.
You know what?
focusing
Sleight of
on
soul can be a thing. Let's go.
Sleight of soul. Yeah.
Hi-ya.
Ha!
All right. And last but certainly not least, never least, the man from the closet in session 1, all the way from the closet straight to here, Kalis. All of those memories, forming a shield to guard you against this. What skill do you think best incorporates that?
Let's do performance.
Fucking
No, we
roll
had a
it.
wedding.
Hell yeah,
I
you
was
did.
happy.
Roll that shit. All right, we got a 29, a 23, a 21, and a 14.
Hey.
That is going to be 3 out of 4. So, girded by your memories of recent happy events, and knowledge that when this is all over, you'll be free of your curse. You'll be free of this parasitic thing, this defiledness. And you'll be with your friends once again. And it is with those happy thoughts that we begin the cutting.
Stab me.
So in this space without spaces, what's a good way to put this? Because I did not pre-think of these questions. I 100% improv this shit. Using your knowledge of you, what of everything you are in this moment, Zara, how do you best go about cutting away at Kalis's soul? What memories guide you? What do you do to... What skill or what piece of yourself do you draw upon to safely excise this defiler?
I think it's probably an earlier memory of her like working with Teltrack and learning to use a whip properly, in a way that wouldn't hurt herself or the people she cares about. Yeah. Just
All right.
something to as an implement to protect rather than harm.
All right, so you draw upon that memory, and it's this strange thing because you're using it, you're cutting and you're trying to get rid of this, but you can only cut the certain parts. You can't go too far, you can't go too deep. There's an element of caution to it all, and as you are using your memories to guide you through this process, go and roll whichever skill you believe would be appropriate.
None of the skills I'm good at, I feel, would be appropriate. Like acrobatics? Could I? Because it's a memory about like being dexterous or sleight of hand. We already used sleight of hand.
Those work. Like I said, this is
Okay.
literally a soul space. You can get away with a lot here. Like I'm not being too picky.
Animal handling. I'm handling myself, the animal.
Wait, you're the
I'll go for acrobatics then.
I'm handling Kalis. He's a good boy.
And I will use an inspiration on this one.
Man, it is not your day to
Well,
roll. It is just not your day to
yeah.
roll.
I just hope that the group can roll better than I can.
Zara just really hates Kalis and just wants to kill him.
My best roll has been a 7 out of 4 rolls.
That is crazy. Karma
It's
has something
rough.
to say to you right now.
Yeah.
So this invasive force enters you, and it is like a knife. Literally, it's not like a knife in the literal sense, but this metaphysical weapon just tears out at you, and it's made out of your friend's pain and your friend's need to end this thing that's causing you suffering, Kalis. And you're feeling all of this connection, all of these motions. You know they're doing it for you to save you. That doesn't ease any of the pain. And this is a pain that goes far beyond anything you could experience. This is a pain that is at your core. It's boiling off your very existence. The loss of this isn't the loss of blood and flesh. This is the loss of thoughts and the foundations that make you who you are. And it is that Zara rips chunks out. Just brambles coiling around this parasitic thing, ripping and tearing at it as it desperately tries to keep its claws on you. And it's winning. Meanwhile, Gallo. How do you take everything you are, your memories, whatnot, and what do you think is the best memory you use to safely attack this thing and tear it away from Kalis while keeping Kalis somewhat whole?
So I think at that point I would draw on the memory of telling my parents that I was going to join the conclave, because at that point they were very supportive of me and told me that they would always be there for me if I needed them. And at this point, a friend of mine needs me, so I'm doing everything I can to be that same kind of support.
All right, and that painful support, where you know what you're doing is for their best, even if they don't know it themselves. And it is with that you begin to tear apart Kalis' soul. What skill do you think would best represent this for you?
Mm,
It was religion last round, but you're very good at a large amount of things.
I would say either insight or medicine.
Those could be good. Insight would actually be fucking like Chef's Kiss, actually.
All right, insight it is. And if needed, I will use my point.
You're just like, Insight, I know your soul. I have looked into the depths of your core.
I rolled a 12.
I've seen the weird shit you look up.
Campaign.
All
You
right,
rolled a
and
12, and then you got a 12 backwards. Gasp! It was meant to be.
so now we have this storm. Hold on, give me a second.
There you go. You're gonna take the art.
Oh, sorry. So you're looking at this like it almost, like I said, almost looks like a volcanic lightning storm. This dark cloud that's just getting ripped apart. Now this like massive brambles have grown from Zara's soul, wrapped around this parasitic thing, and is tearing at it just as Gallows' own peaceful, own like just calming. It's going to be okay. It's going to only hurt for a little bit. It'll make you better in the end. All those peaceful moments of his childhood wrap around those brambles, tightening, pulling, gripping. And under that assault, Artemi, you are here for the coup de grace. How does your attack against your friend's soul go? What memories do you use? What part of you?
Well, he has a very specific memory about a part of him being taken away, where he was brought forth and knives were brought to his ears. Cutting them short to mark him. And so he's going to focus on that memory, trying to push it through to highlight and isolate the parts of Kalis' soul which have been infected, as it were. And so he's going to basically try to highlight and isolate them for removal so they can be excised from it.
You have been targeted for termination.
Bye.
Alright, so this cage opens up, and this small little soul cage, this cage within a cage, as it were, just closes slowly. Go ahead and roll whichever skill you think is associated with that.
I was saying in this case, because it's a soul, I was going to try to make the argument for Arcana.
That's fine.
Okay. I'll lucky if I need to.
I would have been 100% okay with everybody just choosing their best skill in this place. Like,
Yeah. I think I will lucky. Let me change the thingy. Okay.
Man, I don't think that's good enough, man.
God, you failed by one. So we have a thing
Yeah.
with success at a cost.
What part of my soul am I sacrificing to help Kalis live? Ooh.
Don't do
Oh,
it. It's not
God.
In
worth
this
it.
cage,
Oh, God.
as these brambles and this loving hug just begin to tear this part of you away, Kalis. This small little cage just seems to scoop it up and begin to close around it, and you know, in moments, this part of you that has given you so much power, so much resources, might be ripped away, and when it is ripped from you, you don't rightly know how it's going to go. And then the cage closes. And you are separated from that part of you, that defiler, that thing that had invigorated you, empowered you, made you more than what you are in a way you had not been since you had first discovered magic, all those, and then the memories flood back. And you remember that happy memory of you kind of pushing your brother with magic, and then you remember what it twisted and had become once the defiler had left its mark. And it's those small things, those situations, you know, that over time, how long until you stop being you? And with all of that ripped away, as you find yourself fading in the darkness, your soul ripped, torn, air quotes, bleeding, as it were. What part of you do you cling on the most to keep yourself alive?
Probably that he's now important in his mind, where he has to, Saints of Nowhere / Octarii. He thinks he's important now, when he used to never feel like he's ever important. He has finally something to do, and needs to be done. So, duty?
So like a duty, just a will to do what needs to be done.
Yeah, he's finally important. And to be important, you have to go do that thing that makes you important.
It's like you've gone through all the bullshit. You've gone through the homelessness. You've gone through the wondering where you're going to get your next meal after you ran away. You've gone through all of that, and you finally made it. You're at the precipice. You're everything you wanted to be like when you were a boy. And you're not going to fucking leave it behind because of some stupid fucking defiler shard. What skill do you think best represents your will to live in this moment?
Skill. Can it be persuasion? Because he's telling himself that.
You're not telling yourself that. You're telling
I'm
the
telling
universe
everyone
that.
that. There you go.
All right, as you
Persuasion,
scream
go.
into that approaching void, does your scream take... Are you happy?
Also, we do it again because I have 2 of them for fun. I have to re-click it. 18's the best I can do. So.
And as that defiler is ripped apart and you find yourself fading away, that last spark of yourself, that last bit of lightning coiling in the middle of your storm cloud, comes back to life. The spark gives way to a flash. The storm cloud rises into the air, now vicious and alive. The soul prison, quote unquote, that you've all created to capture that defiler. You watch as roots spring from the ground, roots that you hadn't really known was there, clearly, spring from the ground and begin wrapping around this soul creation, pulling it down into the soil of this place. Do you do anything to stop those roots?
We should probably. I mean, I'm assuming it's bad. That's bad that that's happening.
You have no idea if it's bad or good. It is roots swallowing a bit of defiler shard that you had imprisoned in various forms of memories.
That sounds bad, guys.
I don't know if it's bad.
I'm not going to touch it. I'm done with it.
Oh my god, he's learning. You get inspiration. That was a joke. You get the inspiration, but it's still a joke. I love that though. It's like, I'm not going anywhere near that shit.
He touches it and immediately it's back, and we have to do this all over again.
I jump into it.
Oh no, I'll tell you this. You only get the Well Over Deer once. Like... Alright.
Kylos, if you lose to this, you deserve to die. Get wrecked, kid.
So while you stand there, amazed at the rekindling of Kalis' quickly withering soul, as he clutches onto life and pulls himself back from the brink, that soul shard, that defiler bit, finds itself underneath the ground, wrapped in roots, out of sight. And there's a blossoming of radiance. Not the light that you're used to per se from the floating palace that is Radiance, but instead from the tree. Light blossoms from a flower, just a single flower. And you find yourself standing in a garden that's fading away. The reason you're here has drawn to a close. You have all feeling a connection, a bond made here, having saved Kalis from his folly, having experienced so much of parts of yourselves that many of you may not have ever wished to visit it again, but you did. You've shown Kylos who you really are. And Kylos has accepted you. A single fruit blossoms on that sapling. A single fruit. As your souls begin to be drawn back into your bodies. I'm not gonna make you roll perception. I'll simply say that in the edge of the garden, gazing in, Kalis and Kalis alone will spot the familiar guard, the blue-eyed gentleman, gazing at you from the shadows with the kind of smile that seems to betray like, I knew you could do it, kid. Just kind of has the whole body aura of, I knew you could do it, kid. And as you see that, Kalis, you all know that you have a moment, just a moment before you leave this place and find yourself wherever you are going. And you have 1 instant to grab that fruit before you lose that opportunity forever. Kalis.
Grabbing the fruit sounds bad. Everything
Kalis,
sounds bad now.
as you're being drawn back into your body, do you reach for the fruit or do you let sleeping fruit lie?
Nah, it needs the spread, so I need to not do it. Aha. Yep.
Well, I guess you're letting sleeping fruit lie.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going. I'm just going to go down. We're going to do Artemi last. I'm just going to go Kalis. Gallo, do you attempt to grab the fruit or do you let sleeping fruit lie as you're being drawn back to wherever you're meant to go?
I think Gallo would grab it, seeing it as a gift.
Now, this isn't your strongest suit because this isn't. I'm going to tell you what to roll. You're not. This isn't like a you choose, right? So you only have a moment, and you move in this space like you would the physical world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go and give me an athletics or acrobatics check
Ooh. Okay.
to grab the fruit. Now, there are people behind you who are going to also have opportunities to grab this fruit. Because you reach out and you go to pull it and you can just, your fingertips just scrape against the tip, just the edge, and you can almost, and then your fingertips are gripping the earth and you find yourself fading as you're awakening wherever it is you're going to find yourself next. Zara, do you grab the fruit or do you let it lie?
Zara isn't focused on the fruit. We can see each other's souls in this space, and we have an understanding of who they are, right?
Oh yeah, it's trippy as fuck.
Uh, I think Zara's eyes go to Artemi's soul in that moment, and I don't know if it's possible, but could she, like, in the cutting off of pieces of self and whatnot, could she leave a piece of her soul in his, in the empty cage?
Fartemi allows it.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mm,
If not,
yeah,
absolutely. But
I'll see. Let's say think about this.
I think Zara
If
sees
she's
coming from the the loss of the people she cares about and seeing the emptiness inside Artemi. I think she wants to leave a piece of herself, as if to say, "We're here too, or
yeah,
I'm here for you."
and after having the interaction last time, uh, with the conversation about family, you'll see the cage open up and just filters in or flows in.
And I think a Zara will leave a small rose that is more herself than the others on her soul in there, instead of going for the fruit.
All right, and with that, you take a small piece of yourself, a little rose, and place it in the hollow cage that is Artemi's soul. Which brings us back to a now slightly less empty cage as Artemi. And as you are being drawn back to yourself, do you reach for the fruit, Artemi, or do you let it lie?
And this fruit came from the tree,
From the tree that you
and
know
the
to be
tree
a
is
representation of Kylos, yes.
of Kylos, and yeah, and Kylos' hope. And so, yeah, he will absolutely reach for the fruit.
Okay, you may give me
He's
an athletics or an acrobatics check of your choice.
Acrobatics for sure. And I will lucky. I don't need a lucky. I'll still use it because I announced it.
You move forward. Your persona now, that rose-filled cage, reaches out and encloses around that fruit. That small, light-filled globe that is yet to truly take any physical shape. You don't even know if it would have a physical shape. But you have it now inside your less empty cage. And you're drawn back to yourself once again. The darkness in your eyes turns to the color of a fresh bruise. And you feel warm sand on your back. The sound of seagulls squawking, the sound of waves hitting a shore. You're someplace warm, physical. No longer in the soul space you're sure you were in just a moment before. Which of you would be the first to awaken?
I'll say tag if no one says tag.
There's still
Alright.
there's still things that need to be done.
Tag.
So Artemida will roll up knife in hand and be like, "We get it all." He's got nets.
So, Kalis, I guess you're getting killed now.
Hell yeah!
Just to be safe. Just to be safe.
So we're gonna say, like, Kalis, you open your eyes, like, maybe thinking you were the first one to awaken.
Wait. We agreed I killed myself. You murderers.
Okay, we'll give you the chance. Let's not dwell too much on it, because that kind of thing is very triggering. Or could be very triggering to whoever. But yeah, so you wake up, and do you just, like, immediately end it?
And she's like, well, it's time.
You're not even gonna wait for Gallows?
I'll wait for everyone, and they can, be like, okay, guys, I'm ready. I'll wait for everyone to wake up.
Alright, Kalis.
I see our Timmy getting ready. I'm like, me.
Kalis, like, you open your eyes and you sit up and you find yourself on a sunny beach, definitely north of wherever you were, because you're a little bit closer to Radiance, so you're someplace new. You're definitely not at the well anymore. You're just in a little sandy cove. It's very idyllic, very picturesque. A little ways out into the cove, you see like a small green island where there's like a ruined set of buildings on top of it. And there's like a bunch of like seagulls flying around and all kinds of stuff. And as you awaken and you're kind of settling, eyes kind of gazing on the ruins of that island, you notice that our Timmy has already gotten up and like stuck over apparently.
I'll blow us both up. You better not. I
And
do
then-
it.
Then everybody's kind of waking up to the scene of the beach. All of the memories and stuff you've just had is going through your head. Timmy, we're going to have that discussion after we do this, because we're very quickly going to end the session here in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll get to our conversation in a minute. But in that moment, as everybody's waking up, and we all kind of gather around Kalis.
Well, Gallows, you ready? You got a diamond on you.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana or religion check with advantage. We'll say Gallo.
You said Arcana or religion?
Whichever you're best at.
They're the same, so
All right, religion would be more thematic.
Nice.
All right, 26. You literally just cut this bitch out of your soul. Like, you're not even technically, like, metaphysically the same person anymore. You know what I mean? You're pretty sure you don't have to end it, but you did swear an oath. So
Yep.
that's what's got you. The frickin' oath has you. But you know.
Well, no, the oath said if I was still a defiler, I would have to.
Oh, you're not.
But
You did.
he said I asked afterwards, and he says I have to end it because that would end the curse.
So you're not
I
sure
don't
if he
know.
was telling the truth or not there, but I
But-
will say Gallows Sky especially knows that enough of you have changed and enough of these ordeals. You don't need it. You don't need to end yourself. The Defiler curse, as well as whatever curse was on you, will have been wiped, cleansed, as it were.
That was gonna hurt. I was gonna fall for so long.
Did we get it all? Is it gone?
I mean, I have to change my character sheet and delete that entire cool capabilities I have.
Cast a spell, see if it's shittier than before.
It's shittier.
And there you are, sitting around Kalis, rejoicing perhaps in the fact that you no longer need to end him.
Remember everything that just happened?
You
then?
remember everything. Artemi.
I'm staring at him. Artemi.
Artemi, you're holding a white fruit in your hand.
Oh. I thought this was
Hopefully
metaphorical.
That was for us.
No, you're somehow holding a real fruit in your hand. And yeah, like it looks like you could eat it all yourself or split it with friends. It's one of those fruits.
I'll try to investigate what it is. Be like, what is a soul fruit? I don't understand.
Are you going to ritually identify the fruit?
Take it
Crisscross
from me.
applesauce. Let's fucking do it.
If we all take it, then the bad won't affect all.
Identify it.
You know.
It's the mushrooms all over again.
Yeah, it's the mushroom.
Actually,
this time I'm
I'll use
willing.
the spell slot to do it quicker.
Oh, I use a spell slot. You're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Identify, and your magic reaches through it. And this fruit is Kylos' blessing. You will get a boon from Kylos by eating it. It can be split with up to 5 people.
Well,
Yep.
That's
Splitting
the amount
it.
of people here.
I will use my dad's battle-worn dagger that I might still have on me.
Yep, it's there.
I am not using this to teleport anywhere. Good God.
Let's not run that back.
Yeah, you know shit. I will divide up the fruit and be like, well, this is our first taste of Kylos.
It's the end
I
of the
think
session,
multiple parts of my story say I really should stop eating.
Well, see, this is the thing, Caleb.
one's
We've
fun.
identified it, so we know what it does, and then we consume it. Not the other way around.
Technically, we
Vetted,
did
yes.
identify the last few drinks I had, and then I still drank it. Hey, it was helpful.
All right. And with that, you split the fruit into 5 pieces. Does anybody not eat the fruit? Zorn's there. He'll eat the fruit.
Yeah.
Tasty. I like fruit.
All right. It looks like it's a universal yes. All right. I'm gonna just go down the list. Artemi,
We die. Oh.
are you listening, Artemi?
Yeah.
What is your favorite attribute?
Favorite?
Yeah. Which attribute do you like the most?
Intelligence.
Cool. It goes up by 2. Kalis, what's your favorite attribute?
Holy shit. Okay.
Charisma.
It goes up by 2. Gallows, what's your favorite attribute?
Probably wisdom.
It goes down by 10. Ha! I'm sorry, it goes up by 2.
Nerd.
Nerd!
All I have left is my constitution.
Alright, your wisdom goes up by 2, and Zara, I assume charisma. Zara, I don't want
Yeah,
to.
it's charisma as well.
It goes up by 2. And as you are eating what can only be considered as fruitified divinity, you just feel this power enter you. It just courses through your veins. Everything that made you strong, everything that made you such a good candidate for this championship that you're now, this mantle this bond you now have with your god you haven't even truly even met yet, but you're not the first priest to not meet their god. And that power courses through you, and you just feel better. Better than you did a moment ago. You feel more for what you've been through, coming through those trials. And it is through all of this that none of you realized that the island behind you with the ruins on it has been moving closer to you this entire time. And that is where we'll end our session.
Uh-oh.